Out here next to Adam Ugrinnick, and it'll be an interesting clash at this first bounce.
And I'm going to go Eagles. Eagles at home.
We've all gone for the Eagles.
Go, you good Eagles.
The kiss of death.
I'll get beat by 10 now.
Oh, gee. Well, we're in for a big clash here. Match of the day, Eagles versus Norwood at the Woodville Oval. About 3,000 people here, we reckon. And it'll be Yeobury in the ruck to take on Biglands at the first bounce. There's the siren, and a roar goes around for this very important clash. Woodville West Torrens and Norwood. There's the bounce. Very high bounce, the first bounce. Up goes Biglands, but it was won by Yeobury. Kick forward there across his body by Colville up to centre half forward. Clements goes up at centre half back and takes a very good mark for Norwood. He looks to play on quickly. Has Pesh chasing him, but he goes out wide to the wing. And the mark taken out there by Big Yeobury. Gives the handball over the top to Taylor, his teammate on centre wing. Harassing him is Gallagher of the Eagles. Kick forward up towards left half forward. Not a great kick, ball on the ground. Hand pass comes across to Cunningham. He drops the foot. He might have been tackled high. Plant said the umpire. In went Shirley. Hand pass comes out to Pearson out right half back, and he relieves to the outer side.
Yeah, Pierce to centre wing, and taking the mark is Nick Pesh for the Eagles on the outer side of the ground. So he'll pump the Eagles into attack. There's the kick, looking for a teammate, but Fleming chips in. Will he be paid the mark? No, the umpire said play on. As the ball goes towards the boundary line, Bigland was there, and I thought he controlled the footy, but the umpire disagreed, and it's out of bounds.
DB, interesting move. Pavlik at full forward, and I think that's a good move from Coach Micken, giving him some space to run into to get his confidence up.
Right, the throw in Yeobury tapped it down to Harvey, but he was tackled on all sides, and the ball to ground. In fact, Nicky Pesh emerged with the footy. I can assure you Harvey went down with the footy underneath him. Down goes the bounce, Yeobury and Biglands. Biglands going to have to ruck most of the day today. Probably Yeobury will get a breather from Pascoe at some stage as the handball comes out to Harvey onto the left boot. Along centre wing, the pack flies in front. No one can mark the ball off. Hands a chance now for the player there in, might have been Cunningham. He got it over. The ball up towards centre half forward in front. There was Warrior. The ball thumped away from him, taken by Ball the legs. The ball came out to Doreen. Doreen on the left boot goes for a pass in towards full forward. Warrior gathers it in. He's trying to come back on the right boot. He does come back on the right boot around the body. Hit the post though. So the first score on the board for the Redlegs. They're one behind on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. The Eagles yet to score.
DB, great actual attack of the ball by Warrior there. He actually ran hard and real quick at the ball. Took it one grab and unfortunately didn't kick the goal.
Hall kicks out to Pearce in the right back pocket, and I reckon Warrior just a little bit quick for Hall on a couple of occasions there. So really one for Coach Micken to keep an eye on. Pearce in the back pocket. Goes on that outer side half-back flank. He's got Biglands with Yeobury. Yeobury from behind spoils. Taylor for Norwood. Well tackled there by Gallagher of the Eagles, and will have a bounce just outside the attacking 50 for the Eagles. Norwood with the opening score of the match on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. One behind 1 point, and Eagles yet to score. 2 minutes gone in this first quarter. Bounce down on that outer side. Players go up. Cotton for Norwood. Taps it forward. Chance there for Sikalella. Ball on the ground now. Trying to charge through. Looks like wheeling out there. He tries to get a handball clear. Working hard was Pearce. Knocked it forward. Robbie Shirley now with the footy. Manages to keep it in play cleverly. Kicks up to the wing. Kick. And a good mark taken by Chris Kluzak. So Kluzak, long way from goal. Defensive side of the wing. Chips further afield towards that forward area. And Gallagher's taken the mark about 30 metres further up the ground. Just forward of the wing on the outer side. Now Gallagher, he'll go long this time. Up towards half forward right. Players set themselves. And I think Clements has taken... No, it's Dan Tosia has taken the mark just outside the defensive 50. Plays on immediately with the hand pass to Anthony Harvey. Harvey goes up towards centre half back. Cunningham takes the mark. Norwood starting to run out of defence. The kick up towards the wing's a good one, and Ops will take the mark on his chest in front of Adam Ugrinnick. Right in front of the grandstand here at the Woodville Oval. Damien Ops with the footy, looking to drive the ball forward for the Redlegs. He goes long. Ball will land just outside the attacking 50. Sanford goes up. Ball on the ground by Fruin. Ball sharked it well. Left foot kick inside 50. Norwood player fell over. Chance now for the Eagles to clear. Kick comes out towards the wing, and the mark taken by Chris Kluzak.
Yeah, that kick from Dillon was a beauty, and it's found to Kluzak centre wing. Grandstand side. He goes to the half forward flank. Up they fly through the hands of Bowman. Fleming overran the footy. Can he go in and pick it up? He does pick it up. Beautifully tackled by Pyman. Now it was a push in the back though.
That's a shock.
It'll be a free kick to
free kick was there, and it was just a very tardy play by Pyman. He's an experienced play. He knows better than that. Just a blatant free kick.
Yeah, good call.
Okay, the ball is handballed out to Clements, who kicks it to centre wing. Oh, he's all by himself there is Cotton. Cotton got the handball over to Dan Tosia. Dan Tosia's high kick towards centre half forward. Up they fly. The ball tapped down. Ball ace the opportunity. Tapped towards the boundary line there by Whelan for the Eagles. Kept in play. A chance now for Neil. Neil on the left boot puts it up towards full forward. We've got Warrior in front. Hall at the back. The ball thumped through though for the minor score. by Gallagher, I think it was, and the minor score recorded to the Redlegs. They're 2 behind, and the Eagles yet to score.
So I tell you what, Norwood are looking well, aren't they? They're running the ball very well, using the skills and the handball that we're renowned that Norwood play. That time they ran out of defence. There was 4 or 5 players running and all in a line. It's easy to pick off 4 or 5 players in their undies.
And Smithy, they keep kicking to the spot as well. They keep driving that ball through the corridor, giving to that 20-metre mark in front of the goal to give them every opportunity.
So Norwood doing well in the opening moments, but they've yet to kick a goal after 5 minutes. 2 behind, 2 points as Hall brings the ball back into play. Matthew Kluzak takes the mark in the left back pocket. Now he goes further afield. Oh, the kick, not a good one. It was meant for Whelan. Chance now for Taylor of Norwood. Here's Ops now with the footy, just on the attacking 50. Hands off to Cunningham. Cunningham's got ball ace on his right. Gives the handball off. Ball ace's kick is a shocker. Sikalella knocks at the ground. Now he's got a chance to relieve for the Eagles. His hand pass is deflected over the line by ball ace, and we'll have a throw in. Good play by the Norwood attacking players there.
Ball ace again trying to go to the top of the square. Just the idea was there, but the execution wasn't quite right.
So the boundary throw in right on the practice wickets there in the right forward pocket, southern end of Woodville Oval, as the throw-in. Neither ruckman getting hand to the ball. Kluzak's kick didn't go very far. Doreen mishandled the footy. Chance now for Crouch. He shrugs off the tackle of Zikalella. Ball on the ground now. Here's Pearce. Pearce gives it to Pesh. Pesh relieves for the Eagles. Up towards the grandstand wing. The speedy Dillon tried to pick up the football on the half volley. Couldn't do so. Clements now. Standing start kick from the wing. Up towards half forward. Sanford sets himself. Players vying for the footy now as Pesh with it on the wing. Chips up towards the open space of centre half forward. Crowell's there. Bowman's there for Norwood. Good pick up by Crowell. Child was about to be set up by a hand pass. He was well tackled by Clements. Ball comes back to Dillon. Dillon 70 metres out. Left foot snap in towards the attacking 50. Oh! Has he taken the mark? Play on, said the umpire. He came over the top of Fleming. Couldn't hold on to it. In goes Crowell. Does well. He's tackled by Harvey. Ball still in play. Bit of rough stuff behind the play there. Pack forming inside the attacking 50. And eventually we'll have a bounce right on that 50-metre line in front of the Barry Jarman stand. The Eagles yet to score. Norwood 2 behind.
Pyman was always set there, wasn't he? And he got it very high, just couldn't complete the mark.
Probably should have hung onto it once he got there.
Well, he got up very high, about 3rd story.
Right, bounce down. Bigland and Yerbury. Yerbury the tap taken by Fleming. The hurried kick to the half-back line. Ugrinnick and off together there. Neither player can take the ball through. Came to Ream, but the handball came out to Pearce. Pearce to Pyman. Pyman tries to come back with a handball to Pearce. Pearce in turn gives it to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick goes one way then the other. He got a handball away, gives it back to Pyman. Not a lot of method in this play by the Eagles, but luck for fortune because the kick from Pyman has locked in the arms of Chris Kluzak, and he'll kick from just outside 50.
So Kluzak, a few marks early at DB, doing pretty well, and now he's managed to get one inside the attacking 50, and well, he's a chance to put it through with a bit of breeze behind him.
Yes, he certainly is, and he'll kick from just outside the 50, probably kick right on the 50, as he's a beautiful kick for goal normally. We'll watch this one. We're right behind it. There's the kick. He's allowed for the breeze. It's coming back. It's going to be very close. Big pack of players off hands. A chance here for Ball Ace to pick it up. The handball came out. Dance for Crouch. He can't pick it up. Players are going in and over the ball. And Dan Justy got the handball out. Gave it to Clemens. Clemens gave it to Ball Ace. Ball Ace in trouble. Clemens picks it up. He's grabbed the ball at the bottom of the pack. Nobody can pick it up cleanly. Here's a chance now for the Eagles. The handball comes out from Pavlich. He's looking for Chikalella. Chikalella, can he pick it up? He does so. Handballs are back out to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick from just outside 50. The drop punt's a beauty. It's going to go all the way. I think it's a magnificent kick from Ugrinnick. He kicked that about 55 metres. It's gone straight through the high diddle-diddle. So the first goal on the board of the Eagles. They lead 1 straight goal. The Redlegs are 2 behind on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard.
And let's go around the grounds thanks to the Great Southern Pie Company.
Carlton 4-6-30 lead St Kilda 2-1-13. Melbourne 7-5-47 lead Brisbane 6-6-42. Back to Woodville.
Thank you very much, Peter. It's the Eagles 1 straight. Norwood 2 behind 2 points. And we've been going nearly 9 minutes in this first term. Good start to the game. And the Eagles certainly make the most of their opportunities inside their 50. I think they've only been in there about 3 or 4 times compared to Norwood on about half a dozen occasions. And they've hit the front by 4 points. Ball back in the centre with the umpire. Good bounce once again. Nice high bounce. Up goes Biglands on this occasion. He won the footy. Chance now for Whelan to get a kick forward. He couldn't do that. In goes Taylor for Norwood. And we'll have another bounce in the centre of Woodville Oval, just on the edge of the cricket pitch area. Eagles 1 straight. Norwood 2 behinds. 9 minutes gone in this first term. Thanks to Dave Benson Caravans on that time clock. Bounce down. Beautiful conditions here at Woodville. Slight breeze going to the end, which the Eagles are kicking in this first term as Biglands goes up. Whelan knocked it further forward. Crouch was tackled there by Colville. Ball came loose to Whelan. Whelan will go long up towards the attacking 50. Oh, there's trainers and all sorts of people in the way there as Pavlich comes through. Dan Tocky is in there working hard, as is Bowman, and will have a bounce 35 metres out from goal.
Yes, and it could have been a bit nasty there, boys, with both trainers right in the middle of that little foray forward by the Eagles. And the blood rule, and Nicky Pesh with a little bit of...
a scratch about the size of a millimetre, and off you come.
On the left arm, he has got it bandaged. Well, he did have it bandaged. It looks like it's come loose.
I think that's what the trainers were doing out there, trying to fix Pesci up. And there's young Trent Hill getting his first run. As we mentioned, making his debut this afternoon for Woodville West Torrens.
Good luck to you, young man. Hopefully you get a kick and enjoy your first game. You'll never forget it.
Well, if the scouts are here looking at Crowell, they could do a lot worse than have a look at young Trent Hill, because he's got a bit of ability.
Yeah, very skillful apparently. Down goes the bounce. Yerbury, the left-handed tap. Chance here though. Biglands kicks it off the ground in towards full forward. The first play there for the Redlegs there was... might have been McCormack. The ball is at the bottom of the deck. The handball comes out. Dillon intercepted, but it rebounded off his chest and out of bounds in the left full forward pocket. We've just turned in. We've played 10 minutes on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock, and the Eagles lead 1 goal. The Redlegs 2 behinds on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. Dan Tossier takes that ball that bounced out from the throw-in. He's immediately tackled. It goes to ground, and we've got a bounce down about 40 metres out from the Eagle goal.
And Pesh just getting ready to make his way back onto the ground as the umpire puts the football down inside the attacking 50 for Woodville West Torrens. Biglands tapped it forward, but Clemens sharked it for Norwood, got the handball back to Bowman. He swings around on the right boot, kicks up towards centre half back. Pearce went up high, as did Sikalella, who's got the footy now. Left foot kick inside the attacking 50 is wide. Is it in play? It is. And Kluzak takes about his 4th mark in this first quarter. He directs traffic more towards centre half forward. The kick, not a great one. It finds Taylor of Norwood. He immediately gives the hand pass off. Good work there by McCormack. He gave his hand pass over in turn to Pitt. Pitt out towards left half back, and Cotton takes the mark in front of Matthew Kluzak. He's got a player running for him. That's Doreen. Doreen takes the mark. Handballs immediately over towards Cunningham. Sikalella's with him, but he falls over. Cunningham goes for home with a long kick. It's off to the right. And will it score? Yes, it does. Just in for a behind. Norwood 3 behinds, 3 points. Eagles 1 goal straight, 6 3 points. The difference after nearly 12 minutes.
Loz, while you were calling that, Pesh is back on and Trent Hill came off. I'll let the young boy on for a few more minutes.
Give him a run.
And perhaps brought someone else off. If the adrenaline's pumping, let him have a bit of a go and have a div at it and see if he can get a touch.
Right, the kick out from Hall out here looking for Ugrinnick. It's a magnificently played kick, and Ugrinnick has got the pace to take the mark. He's had a couple of bounces. He's about to be tackled. Holding the ball. You're not allowed to bounce it and be grabbed, because if you do, that's holding the ball. A big effort by Yerbury, because I tell you what, he's got a bit of pace, young Ugrinnick. So Jonathan Yerbury's done a huge job. The ball is taken by Taylor. He gives it over to Harvey. Harvey to centre half forward. Neil in front. Oh, that's a good strong mark, Robbie Neil. No doubt about in my mind, the grab was there, and he'll go back and have a shot for goal and kick from about. In fact, it's not Neil. It's Pascoe, is it? No, it's Glenn Sanford. Get it right in a minute. Big Sanford's got the mark. And that was a very strong mark, but what a terrific effort by Yerbury, fellas.
And I'll tell you something, before you talk about Yerbury, Undies, the bump that Sanford had delivered last week out at Norwood Oval with Brosnan, one of the biggest bumps you'll ever see, and it's great to see him out in the ground playing today.
Bigger than the Scotty Salisbury's bumps, anyway. As the big fella lines up, he's taking a good mark. He was warming up in the car park before the game, so he's keen this afternoon. Comes in from 30 straight out in front, stabs at it, it's moved to the right, and it's hit the post. So that takes the... Norwood can't take a trick here. Their 4th point on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, trying the Eagles 1 straight goal. But back to Yerbury, that chase was fantastic. He played the ankles very well. He knew that in a straight line he wouldn't get to him, so he ran him down, but it was a good effort by the big man.
Well, see, Ugrinnick thought he was clear, and he took the bounce and then was grabbed. And, of course, if you do that, these days it's definitely holding the ball, and the umpire was quite aware of the rules there and pinged him as the ball is kicked in by Hall to Rogers. Rogers out wide, gives it to Matty Kluzak. Matty Kluzak still in the defensive 50 for the Eagles, kicks it along the centre wing. One-on-one here. Oh, good use of the body there by McCormack. Got rid of his opponent. He got the handball out to Harvey. That might have been a throw, but the umpire had no overseeing that. He was in a bad position as the ball kicked to the half-forward flank. Up they go. Scotty Borlase up against 3 Eagles. The ball bounces off and out of bounds on the right half-forward flank.
DB, I'm not sure on your thoughts, but where do I think the Eagles are falling down at the moment? Crow's playing centre half forward, but he's playing right as a true centre half forward. He's not moving up the ground and giving him anything to kick to. They're having to look for Kluzak, and Kluzak's got good hands, but he's not a centre half forward.
Boundary throw in, ball knocked back towards the boundary line by Biglands. Ops does well, snaps it inside the boundary line. Kluzak runs it over, and we'll have another throw in. Well, Kluzak's certainly playing well up the ground as well. First couple of marks he took on the wing, and managed to take a mark inside 50 a short time ago, so they are playing well up the ground. And a bit of a change there. McCormack going back onto Pyman. So the ball thrown back into play. Sikalella over the footy. With him is Cotton. Ball still in play. No, it's not. The boundary umpire will blow it up. And DB, your thoughts on the little change here?
Yeah, well, that's an interesting move, isn't it? Probably McCormack to measure up against the height of Pyman, and Fleming onto Chris Kluzak, who is a bit of a flyer. So two flyers there, two dashing players on one another.
Bigland's won the tap. Down to ball ace of the Norwood side. He gave it over towards Ops. Ops kicks into towards the forward pocket. Crouches there for Norwood. Ball ace back in there working hard. Slips over, and we'll have a throw in that right forward pocket about 15 metres around from the end to which Norwood are kicking in this first term. They're kicking into a slight breeze. It's probably only worth a goal at the most as the throw-in. And the ruckman doing battle there. Yerby won the tap backwards towards Cunningham. Cunningham might have been held there, but the umpire said no free kick, and we'll have a bounce 30 out.
Well, the umpire's in bad position once again. That's twice the umpire's been caught. A long way away from the footy, really. Amazes me sometimes when you've got three umpires.
Bounce down. Chance for Norwood here to kick their first if they can grab hold of the footy. Bit of pushing and shoving between Pearce and Cunningham off the ball as Yerby, who's doing well in the ruck contest now, but he's tapped it to Pearce. Pearce kicks a grubber kick along the ground towards the boundary line here at left half back, and Rogers is there, but he'll run it over the line. Just a little bit of stop-start footy here in the last couple of minutes. The Eagles have won straight, Norwood 4 behinds. We've been going 16 minutes in this first quarter in our match of the day. Round 21 SANFL football. The Eagles and Norwood, boundary throw-in. Up goes Yerby, grabs it out of the air on this occasion, knocks it to the ground eventually. Here's Whelan now trying to get the footy out. Handball to Sikalella, hand pass towards Ugrinic. Left foot kick by Ugrinic up towards the wing. Kluzak sets himself. Fleming in front, brought the ball to ground. Charging through was the young man Gallagher. He couldn't get rid of it. Dillon's there. Tackle applied on Clements, and we'll have a bounce on the centre wing. Good aggressive football by Troy Clements and Jason Dillon of the Eagles.
Certainly is contrast to last week's game. Last week's game was a very open affair, where in the first quarter there was 8 goals kicked, 6 to Eagles and 2 to North. And we've only had the 1 goal kick today.
Bigland's in ruck, won the tap on this occasion, but it went down towards Cunningham. Oh, Rogers stole the footy, charges through half forward, has Dillon on his left. Inside 50 now, the Eagles. Intelligent kick towards centre half forward. Oh, Kluzak slipped at the crucial moment. Gallagher charges through, might have got a push in the back. In goes Michael Philippo. Chance now for the Eagles to work it out. Rogers is there. Hand pass came out towards Neil. Here's Chris Kluzak. Gives the handball to Pyman. Pyman snaps towards the goal square. Players set themselves. Pavlich goes up. Tried to mark it on his chest. Couldn't get it. Now in the forward pocket, Dillon and also Dan Tokia for Norwood. And the ball knocked over the line. Out of play in the forward pocket for the Eagles, where the Eagles on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard are 6, Norwood 4.
Yeah, boundary throw-in. As you heard Laurie saying, the right full forward pocket. The big tap came from the Eagles, but the first there is Cunningham. He kicks it to centre wing, a vacant centre wing. No one there. The ball bounces awkwardly. Who's going to be there first? You're going to two Norwood players collide, and they're in more stripes than Mandrake, those two players. They really did hit hard, and as a consequence, the Eagles have ended up with the footy through Pearce. There's the Eagles everywhere. Here is the kick. Is the kick by Shirley. Off the boot, though. Not a good kick. Overrunning the footy there. There's a bit of luck there for the Redlegs. The whistle goes, and then the advantage paid. That's poor umpiring, in my opinion, and he'll bring it back. So that's good umpiring as it turned out. He paid the advantage, and the only place the Norwood player could kick it was into a nest of Eagles.
And we should say about Sanford colliding with Ops.
He's asleep.
Well, Sanford looked to clean up Sikalella with the Shepherd, and he took out his own teammate. And Ops is in a bit of trouble, but Sanford's in more trouble. He's lying prostrate on the ground, and the stretcher's out there.
He's asleep, Loz. He is sound asleep, and if he'd hit Chikasella would have been in the grandstand, because he came from centre half forward, and he would have absolutely poleaxed him. He missed him.
I'll tell you something. What he tried to do was very similar to last week at Norwood, and actually the incident last week was harder than that, if you can believe that's possible.
Well, he's if he did hit Chikasella, it would have been clean, because the pure hip and shoulder, clean as a whistle, would have killed him. But he's taken Obsty, and he's sort of looks like copped Obsty in the head, and he must have had a head clash with himself, because he is sound asleep.
Yeah, it's not good as the stretcher. Well, there's 2 stretchers out there, DB, and well, we saw this last week in virtually identical part of the ground. Well, I saw it last Friday night on the grandstand wing at Norwood, where young Brosnan and Sanford collided, and well, Sanford's lights have gone out again.
You never want to see it, do you? And perhaps while the stretchers are on the ground, we might go back to the studio and check scores, thanks to the Great Southern Pie Company.
Andrew, yes, North Adelaide 1-1-7, leading Central's 1 point. Glenelg 1 straight goal 6, leading Port Adelaide 1 point. Carlton 6-7-43 leads St Kilda 3-1-19, and Brisbane 10-6-66 leading Melbourne 7-5-47. Back to Woodville.
So we've got a double interchange here with Ops coming off the ground, and he's in a bit of bother. Young Ben Knight's coming on, and also Andy Pascoe, and Sanford. Well, I'm just having a bit of a look here through the binoculars here, and
he didn't move, Laurie.
Doesn't look too flash, no.
He did not move. And look, you never like to see that. It's one of those unfortunate things, and in a couple of years' time, the Norwood players will look back and they will laugh because he's tried to do the right thing and take an opponent player out cleanly, and he's come off worse for wear and fixed up one of his teammates in the...
And in fact, Norwood are going to bring Davey onto the ground for Ops, and looks like young Knights will come on instead of Pascoe. So play brought to a southern halt here. We've been off for about 90 seconds following that little incident, and not a good scene. And one wonders, DB, when someone does get hurt, as they did last Friday night, whether they should play the next week. Obviously, Sanford passed all the medical tests and whatnot, but you've got to wonder when you cop a knock like that, or you're involved in a collision like that, whether you should play the next week.
Well, it's been a bone of contention for some time, hasn't it? And you wouldn't expect a player to come back and the exact same thing.
Well, Sanford actually came back onto the ground last week too, which was the amazing part. The incident, the collision happened halfway through the second quarter. He went off, and by 10 or 15 minutes later, he was running along the boundary line. So
well, if he comes back today, I'll be amazed.
There's a policy with the AFL that if you are carried from the ground on the stretcher with a concussion, you're not allowed to come back on the ground.
Well, it's common sense too.
And, the amount of times when I in my first couple of years of footy, I think I got knocked out sort of 6 or 8 times. And some of the times you come up the next day as pretty as a pitcher and good as gold.
Delayed reaction.
But a few days later you start to struggle. But at the end of the day, you're playing with your brain. Concussion, the layman's explanation of concussion is bruising in the brain, and you don't want to muck around with the old brain box.
Well, after all, it's only one game that you miss, really, and, it's not worth the risk. But we're nearly ready to go here.
Yes, and of course that's going to put enormous pressure on the Redlegs now. They're just down to one man on the bench. That being
well, obviously he'll come back on. He looks like he's got a bit of a scratch or a cut.
But he didn't look to be in
didn't look well.
Very good frame of mind either. But anyway, the ball is kicked out here by Bowman to the halfback flank. McCormick up on pans, the ball taken, gives it to Pyman. Pyman threw it away, gives it to Pearce. Pearce quickly over. Chance now for the Redlegs, rather the Eagles, as Willen goes in towards 10.5 forward. A one-hander attempt at offhand, taken by Pavlich. The left foot snaps a shocker though, and only through. In fact, out of bounds in that left full forward pocket. So it'll be interesting.
They're not giving him much of a chance, DB, are they? They should get their ball down to Pavlich one-on-one, let him use his athleticism and get up and take a few marks. It's very hard for the boy if you're not delivering it properly.
Right, there's the boundary throw-in once again. Bigland and Yerbury. Yerbury was in front, taken by Fleming. Then Toshia dives on top of the footy. Pesh on top of him, and another bounce down just about 20 metres out from the Eagle goal. If you've just tuned in, Eagles leading one straight goal. The Redlegs 4 behinds on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. And the 22-minute mark, but there will be some time on with the blood rule intervening, and also the stretcher case with, unfortunately, Glenn Sanford being stretchered off once again, and that's twice in 2 weeks that's happened to the big centre-half forward for the Redlegs. And the umpire with the footy bounces it down 20 metres out from the Eagle goal. This time Bigland make front position, trying to pick it up there was a ball ace. He couldn't do so. Chance now for a wheel, and he's at the bottom of the pack. And once again, you've guessed it, another bounce down. See if Laurie Colliver can get it out of there this time.
Ball 20 metres out from the Eagles' goal, and I'd love to kick a goal here as time runs out in this first term. Although I suppose we've still got 7 or 8 minutes left. We've been going nearly 23 in this first term, and the stretcher case probably took up 3 or 4 minutes of that. So playing the forward area there for the Eagles. Chance now for Pavlich. Can he kick it off the ground? No, he can't. He looked to give the handball back to Crow. A lot of players in that goal square area. Kick comes back towards Dillon. Now Dillon should kick a goal, and he has. 20 metres out, he snaps a goal, and the Eagles move to 2 straight 12. Norwood 4 behind 4 points. Let's go around the ground. Thanks to the Great Southern Pie Company.
Central's 3-3-21 lead North 2-2-14. Glenelg 3 straight 18 lead Port 1-2-8. Carlton 6-7-43 lead St Kilda 4-1-25, and Brisbane 11-6-72 lead Melbourne 9-6-60. Back to Woodville.
Yeah, well, back here, I don't know about you, Anthony, but I thought that was poor play by the Redleg defence. There was a lot of players around the footy, and I thought they should have tried and rushed the behind, perhaps, rather than kick it out blindly.
Well, kick it out blindly, DB, is spot on. There was just players everywhere. I think there was only about 6 or 8 players forward of the centre, and there was every man his dog down. They just rush it through for a point, settle down, and regroup for the next foray.
And Dillon did it well too, as the ball is a bounce in the centre. Yearbury and Bigland. Neither player getting a decisive tap, trying to burst his way through. There was Scotty Doreen. In there also was Cunningham. In fact, Neil it was. And there's a chance for Ball Ace. He goes to the ground, and the umpire said we'll have another bounce down in the centre. So can Norwood recover from this? Will it spur him on to greater height with a couple of players leaving the ground with what looked to be pretty nasty injuries as the ball is about to be bounced? Now, what's happened here? We've got the blood rule again, have we?
Oh, not again.
This time the umpire, and that's Todd Davey.
Yeah.
He's only just come on.
Oh,
Well, I think he was involved in that last tackle, boys, and the Eagles player picked him up and almost spear tackled him into that hard cricket pitch, and he's got a bit of claret coming from the forehead, so now they're down to 18.
We'll tell you what, talk about a stop-start game with so many interventions these days. The footy game is really...
Well, it's a real stop-start affair, isn't it?
Gee whiz,
very frustrating at the moment.
And they're talking about bringing timeouts into the game of footy.
God help us.
You know, it's just the flow of the game just gone forever. And 25-minute mark, we've probably still got about 10 minutes to go. It's a bounce down. Bigland's got the big tap out here towards centre wing. Pouncing on it with Dylan. Gave it to Pierce. Pierce to Ugrinic. That's good use of the footy by the Eagles. Onto the left boot goes Ugrinic up inside the attacking 50. Big pack of players. The ball comes to ground. Chance for Dan Toschi to pick it up. He slides on top of the footy. On top of him is Pierce. The umpire's I thought he was nearly going to play holding the
nearly
ball
there.
Oh, gee whiz. I'm sure the Norwood supporters had their hearts in their mouths as the umpire blew the whistle and he was coming in, crossed the hands and said, I'll have a bounce.
So we've played in the AFL, DB.
Gee whiz, down goes the bounce. Up they go again, Yearbury. The ball tapped out to Dylan. He kicked the last goal. This time the ball goes out of bounds according to the boundary umpire. And Dylan was away like a shot out of a gun.
And DB, his teammate, at that boundary try, I'm not sure whether you noticed it, his opponent wasn't within 10 yards of him.
Oh, I don't even know who his opponent is. Is it Clements, is it? I think it might be as the ball is about to be thrown in. Big men do battle again. Bigland and Yearbury. The ball taken by Pierce. The hurried kick is smothered. Players in on top of the footy once again. And we'll have another bounce down inside the attacking 50. And I'll tell you what, we've had a few bounce down. This has been one of the most noticeable stop-start games I think I've seen in the first quarter for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, but it's the Eagles by 8 points after Norwood started well, and the Eagles kicked the last couple of goals in the game as up goes Yearbury. Ball comes down to Pyman. His kick was well smothered by McCormack. Now the hand pass was nearly a good hand pass to Ugrinic.
There's a free.
Knights was taken without the footy. Bit of acting there. Pyman got a handball back. Sikalella now. He's got plenty to beat. He does it well. Hand pass to Dylan. Dylan goes short and he's got Pierce. He takes the chest mark. Away he goes. 40 metres out from goal. Kicks towards goal. Will it be shepherded through? No, it's touched on the line by Pitt. At last the game comes to life. It's the Eagles 2-1-13, Norwood 4 behind 4 points.
Now, Addy says it was a blatant free kick there to Knights. Now, the umpire was at centre-half forward.
The umpire was centre forward.
Like he was a mile away.
And he had to look through about 30 players.
Like,
and
I just
obviously
can't
not
understand how they can be so far away when there's 3 of them out.
Well, they never played the game, so they don't know how to get a feel for it, do they?
Ball brought back into play by the Redlegs. Up goes McCormack. Ball fisted forward by Chris Gluzak. Pyman affects a bump on Clements. The umpire deems that to be illegal. And Clements is awarded the free kick. Now he goes up towards half-back. Up goes Pierce on against Harvey, but Harvey holds his ground and it takes the mark for Norwood. And away goes Harvey on the right boot, up towards right half forward. Players set themselves up. Goes Big Pascoe. Oh, takes the mark against Bruin. Did well. Andy Pascoe on for SANFL, who left the ground about 5 or 6 minutes ago on a stretcher. The kick up towards the forward zone. Good support applied there by Hall towards the boundary line. Sikalella takes it over the line and out of play. We'll have a throw-in inside the attacking 50 for Norwood.
Boys, has Pascoe put on a pound or two this year? It looks like he's carrying a bit of weight, or he's certainly spent a bit of time at the gym.
A good question. You've rock and rolled me.
Yeah, you've got me as well. Throw in about 40 out from the goal. Over the top came Neil. Tapped it inboard towards Doreen. Doreen's hand pass was meant for Ball Ace. Didn't find that player. Wheeling in, applying the pressure. Knights was well tackled as he tried to get rid of the footy by Colville. Ball in dispute now in that half-forward area. Chance now for the Redlegs. Doreen comes away with the footy. Goes for home with a good-looking kick. I think he's kicked Norwood's first. He has. So Norwood finally on the scoreboard as far as the goals are concerned. They're 1-4-10 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. The Eagles 2-1-13, and now, thanks to the Great Southern Pie Company, let's go around the grounds.
Centrals 3-3-21, lead North 2-2-14. Glenelg 3-1-19, lead Port 1-3-9. Carlton 6-7-43, lead St Kilda 4-1-25. Brisbane 12-7-79, lead Melbourne 9-7-61. Back to Woodville.
Well, boys, that's certainly a contender for the Captain Snooze goal of the day to date. It's been a very scrappy quarter, but Doreen did very well, didn't he? Moved around to that right foot, put it up there, and let what breeze there is bring the ball back from right to left.
Yeah, a lot of strength there from Scotty Doreen. He had to bust a couple of tackles, and he had to do it at centre-half forward as the ball is taken beautifully by Grinick. By G, this lad can run as he kicks the ball up towards the full forward area. Pitt uses the hands to get rid of his opponent off hands to Dillon. He's a bit of a live wire in the forward area, but it can't control the footy, and off the ground it goes for a boundary throw. And in the left full forward pocket for the Eagles, they're 2-1-13. They lead Norwood 1-4-10 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. So Dillon just at the moment probably giving the Norwood defenders a few headaches. He's certainly reading the ball very well off the packs and
Clements
off the
is
hands.
giving him a fair bit of space, though, DB, isn't he?
Well, he has been given a bit of space. You're right. The ball thrown in. Here's a chance now for Whelan coming out with Pyman. He used the hip and shoulder, and that player he connected was Harvey. The ball in towards centre-half forward. Shirley had an opportunity. Then had an Erie. Out it comes to Colby. He threw the ball away. Chance now for Whelan. Whelan might kick that. No, the ball smothered and through for the minor score. So 2 goals to the Eagles, 14, the Redlegs, 1 goal, 4-10 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. And 30 minutes have elapsed in this first quarter on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock. But we are in for a bit of extra time on in this quarter, Laurie.
Yes, I think probably a couple more minutes at least, heading towards 30.5 minutes. And the ball to be brought back into play by Clements down at full-back. He kicks long, straight down the middle virtually towards the centre-half back. Players go up. Wallace did well. Bit of a flick pass type handball. Gallagher dived over the foot. He might have been tackled high, and he's got the free kick, and the Eagle supporters go with the old Bronx cheers as Gallagher plays on quickly, kicks in towards right half forward, just outside the attacking 50, where Colville takes the mark on that outer side. To his kick, purposeful looking kick into the forward zone, and Pyman takes the mark. So Pyman, who's certainly been involved with the play, a few bumps, one illegal tackle and a couple of possessions, and he's below the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. A chance for him to kick his first goal of the afternoon. He's kicking, well, the flags are limp, so he's probably not kicking with any bruise at all now. He runs around onto the left foot, low kick, it won't even make the distance, touched off the boot. In the goal square's Pesh, looks to give the hand pass over towards a teammate, but Clements was there for Norwood and fisted the ball over the boundary line and out of play in the Eagles' right forward pocket. We've been going 31 minutes. It's the Eagles by 4 points, 2-2 to 1-4.
Yeah, Bowman did it well then because Pyman came around onto the left foot, and of course, as soon as he came off the line, of course, that was the indication that Bowman could run straight at him. And the kick was smothered. Here's a chance, though, again for Pyman as he kicks the ball high in towards full forward. Big poker play. It's going to be a free kick made against the Norwood defence. It's going to go the way of Pavlich. I don't mind it. The free kick was there, but let's be consistent with it right through the game now, because you'll see that a lot of times where the defender will fly and get over the top of the forward. So as long as they're consistent, we don't mind. It's a Crowell, actually, that's got the free kick in the left full forward pocket, and he should kick this one, Undies.
Well, he should kick this one. I'm not sure whether he actually slipped a little, which made it look a little worse, but he comes in now. Head over the ball.
Missed.
And he's missed to the left, I think. Yes, a pretty poor effort. He rushed that. He didn't take as perhaps much time as he ought to have. He really could have steadied, and that would have been a really important goal and a good goal for the Eagles. Would have been their third, but unfortunately he's rushed it, pushed it to the left.
So there's the siren for quarter time, and it went for 32 minutes 27, so a fairly long term there, of course, with Sanford going off on a stretcher for Norwood, and also Obst being involved in that collision, leaving the ground as well. Quarter time here, Eagles 2-3-15, Norwood 1.
Yeah, knocked out. Yeah, weak. Get up, get up. Don't care if you're asleep.
Wonder if we go for 3 in a row next week, get carted off on a stretcher again. But
Macca would have told him to get up, get off the stretcher.
Oh, yeah, Macca would have, yeah. And you wouldn't answer Macca back either, I wouldn't have thought.
No.
All right, so we're nearly ready to go. The ground has been cleared, and we're nearly underway again in the second quarter. The Eagles 2-3-15, Norwood 1-4-10. There's the siren for the second quarter. The umpire holds the footy aloft, and he'll bounce it in the centre of the Woodville Oval. Bigland's in ruck, up against Yerbury, who's done pretty well so far in this first quarter or so, as the bounce down, won by Bigland's. Tap to, is that Davey out there? It is for Norwood. Pearce took it though, gave it towards Hugh Grinick. He charges through half forward, kicks long in towards the attacking 50. Pavlich sets himself. Was he pushed out? No, he wasn't.
Oh, he was.
And Pitt took the mark. Now he's called to play on. He'll chip further afield, and he's got Harvey at centre half back. A chance for Norwood to run the ball out of defence.
Right, well, whoever's running with Harvey wasn't within two of him that time, as the ball is kicked up towards centre wing. Taylor and also Gallagher. Gallagher could have claimed the mark, but coming in to take it off him was his teammate in Pearce, I think it was, and Actually, he punched the ball away, and if he'd have grabbed that again, he would have been entitled to be paid the mark, I reckon.
I think you're quite right there, and I think it was just the fact that he hasn't played a lot of footy with Adam Pearce that probably made him go for that ball on the second occasion.
Exactly. Down goes the bounce, Bigland and Yerbury. Bigland front position, Yerbury at the back. The tap ended up coming down to Cunningham, who quickly put it on the left boot. Just outside the attacking 50, the ball ends up. The ball thumped towards the boundary line and out of bounds on the left half forward flank. So early in this second quarter, a minute has elapsed on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock. And the Eagles are 2-3-15, Norwood 1-4-10. 5 points the difference on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard in the favour of the Eagles. The kick taken by Cunningham, an amazing stop really, as the ball is kicked up towards half forward. Great use of the body by Rogers. He got rid of his opponent there in Neil and has marked the ball. The umpire slips over to the Bronx cheers of the crowd. They love it when the umpire goes Khyber pass over Turkey as the ball is kicked in towards the centre of the ground. It's a beautifully played kick. And the mark taken there by Whelan for the Eagles. Whelan will get the handball onto Shirley. Shirley now advances to centre wing. The drop punt's a beauty. Goes up inside the attacking 50. In front, the ball thumped away, or attempted to be thumped away by McCulloch. Off the ground to Pesh. Pesh doesn't miss these two off, and away it goes. Bang through the high diddle. The Eagles are 3-3. 21 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. The Redlegs are 1-4-10.
Fantastic play by the Eagles. They brought the ball down very methodically from the half-back line, brought it through the corridor, and Pesh almost got a slipper under it to get it out wide, and then strange enough, it spat out to him as well. They were both in the right position, and Nicky Pesh, having the good skills that he has, doesn't miss too many goals when he's 30 metres out running into an open goal. And good play back in defence there by Rogers, who, as we mentioned at quarter time, one of the matchups there with Neil, and they're actually one of only 2 players on respective sides that are inside the attacking 50 for Norwood. Warrior the other down in the goal square with Stephen Hall. Ball back in the centre. The Eagles by 11 points. Bounced by the umpire up towards Biglands on this occasion. Chance now for Gallagher charging through from the wing. His hand pass found Whelan. He manages to elude a couple of tackles. Gives the hand pass to Biglands. Biglands on the wing over towards Pearce. Through half forward go Woodville West Torrens. Up towards the attacking 50. Pesh sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground now. Hand pass came out from Padlich to Pesh. Pesh to Dillon. Dillon with a check side. Kicks a goal. No, he's hit the post. Hit the left hand upright. The Eagles 3-4-22. 2 goals clear of Norwood. 1-4-10 after 3 minutes on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock. Boys, the closest Clements has got to Dillon is when he shook his hand at the start of the game.
Fair enough, and I wonder why he didn't use his left boot. I've seen him kick with the left foot, but he opted for the check side on that occasion and hit the post. The ball kicked out by Clements to Fleming. Fleming's high kick to half-back. Yerbury got high offhand. Oh, there's a free kick will be paid to the Eagles. No, he's paid the advantage. Ends up here with Dillon again, and Dillon's kicking towards goal. He hasn't made any mistakes this time. Straight through the high diddle, and the Eagles just getting a bit of a run on here. They move along to 4-3. That's the second goal to Dillon. That's 28 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. The Redlegs are 1-4-10, and Undies once again. Young Clements not within cooey of Dillon.
No, he's not, and Dillon is an elusive young player. He's very quick and very talented, and he found himself all by himself, and you don't need too many opportunities when you've got the ability this young man has to kick goals. And my old coach used to say, when you're getting beaten, go and stand next to your man, because at the end of the day, he might lead you to it. Woodville West Torrens by 18 points. They're out of the blocks early in this second quarter as SANFL and Norwood just walking along the boundary line, trying to joggle the old brain back into action as ball back in the centre. Biglands won the tap. Ball on the ground. Sikalella now a chance to knock it forward. Back to Gallagher, who's getting some very, very good touches in this first half. Left foot kick up towards the attacking 50. Oh, up goes Crowell, and he takes the mark, the young man from York Peninsula, 30 metres out from goal. A chance for a goal, and if there are any scouts watching Undies, they'll be impressed with that grab. No doubt about it. There are scouts watching, and he's an Ardrossan boy, and a lot of good players have come out of the York Peninsula, and there's a lot of good players and people have lived at Ardrossan as well. Don't you worry about that. A couple of little commentators around that way too. It's Crowell from 30 metres out. Looks good off the boot, straight through the middle. The Eagles off to a flyer in this second turn. They've kicked 3 straight goals in the first 5 minutes. They're 5-4-34. Norwood 1-4-10. Crowd kicked his first goal of the afternoon. Well, you get a bit of a tingle, do you, when a young bloke with a lot of ability and a lot of potential comes in from the side and takes a fantastic mark. He's got good hands, this young boy, and perhaps with a few more games experience and the opportunities, who knows, he could take the step to the next level, DB. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. He is a real likely type, and wonderful kick for goal. You notice when he kicked that ball, the head was right down, straight over the boot, and it went as straight as a gun barrel. Down goes the bounce
The big men rise again. Yerbury got it down. Kent, the ball favours Gallagher. Gallagher with a handball to Chicolella. Away go the Eagles out again. Up towards full forward. Dantosia thumped it out. There's Dylan again. Who's with him? No one. He's about 20 metres all by himself. He's having a touch of the fumble. Come back onto his right boot. Then handballs actually as he gets it across to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick goes short to Chicolella, and just at the moment, Norwood are a complete rabble. They've got no idea what's going on, particularly in the forward line of the Eagles.
Well, and it's starting from the middle, though, DB. Gallagher is giving them an absolute fix in there. He's finding space, and he's showing plenty of ability to bring the ball down to give his Eagles forwards first opportunity. And Chicolella, he's lining up for goal.
I must say, on that occasion, though, the ball was going to go straight to Taylor of Norwood, and the bad bounce favoured Gallagher. So luck's a fortune sometimes.
And as he comes in now, 40 metres out, distance shouldn't be a problem. And accuracy is certainly not a problem. What a fantastic goal. And that's the Eagles 6. And on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, the Eagles go to 6 goals, 440, leading Norwood 1 goals, 410. And DB, the Norwood boys, they'd want to do something, and Coach Rode would want to make some changes, I'd suggest. And what they were having some players run with the Norwood players, perhaps they should turn it around and have a look at running with some of these Eagles players, particularly Gallagher in the middle of the ground.
Well, they've got to do something, because just at the moment, Laurie, they're being completely outmanned.
7 minutes gone in this second term. The Eagles by 5 straight goals. 6-4 plays 1-4. Ball back in the middle. Bounce favours Bigland slightly. He won the tap up against Crouch on this occasion, who had to take the ruck knock. Pascoe overran the footy. Oh, Colville having a bit of a fit of the fumbles there. Eventually gets possession of the footy. Taps it over towards Chicolella. He was tackled without it. Gallagher charged through. Fruin dropped the footy. In goes Doreen. Gets the handball out wide to Cunningham. Cunningham at left half forward goes back inboard to Doreen. He goes back towards the centre wing. Finds Harvey. Harvey now eventually gets a clear possession up towards centre half forward. Fruin sets himself and takes the mark at centre half back for Woodville West Torrens. Holding him up, holding the red leg attack up as Fruin goes out wide. Oh, Davies there, and he intercepts the ball. Takes the mark. Done. Handball over the top to Robbie Neal. Robbie Neal gives the handball wide to Warrior. Warrior runs around Rogers, sells the dummy, kicks towards goal, and he's put it through. A much-needed goal for Norwood. Warrior puts through his first of the afternoon, and Norwood moved to 2-4-16. The Eagles 6-4-40. 8 minutes gone in this second term, and certainly this game's opened up now, Undies.
Well, Eugene Warrior, the Aboriginal boys have got some, they've just got that uncanny knack, haven't they? They sell the puff, and they always look so silky smooth, and he got the ball out wide. David did very well to get it out to him, and he snuck away. Open goal. Thank you very much.
Well, actually, it was wonderful play by Todd Davey to read that play, because if that kick had found its mark, I think the Eagles were away, Laurie,
and
Davey backed his judgment and turned it over, and it was a goal to the Redlegs. Down goes the bounce. Yerbury and Bigland. Yerbury got the tap. Oh, taken by Davey again, the right footer up towards centre half forward. Players try to use the ball. Through comes Scotty Doreen. If he can pick it up, he can't. He's got a touch of the fumble. Had no one to support him there as it comes out the Crouch. He throws it on the right boot. Up into the pocket. At the back, though, Kluzak up. That's Matty Kluzak, and takes the mark. He had the drop on Cunningham, but I was amazed then when Doreen was looking for a Guernsey, a red and blue one. They were all Eagles. So just at the moment, the Redlegs just struggling as Kluzak will kick it into the centre. Not a bad kick, surely there. Davey from the side. The ball thumped out. A chance now for Cotton. He handballs it out. Can do to a teammate there, and Davey, who goes over the top of the ball. And once again, a bounce down between centre and centre half forward for the Redlegs. So
we'll have a bounce down in that centre half forward region for Norwood. 9 minutes gone in the second quarter. It's the Eagles by 24 points. 6-4-40. To Norwood, 2-4-16, bounce down. Up goes Crouch, who knocked it inside the attacking 50. Out comes Little Pierce. Way he goes, right half back, grandstand side, low kicking, because he's got no teammate within Cooey as Dylan runs across towards the footy. With him is Clements, who toes it over the line, out of play on the full. Dylan takes the resultant free, kicks into the midfield. He's got Chicolella there. In fact, it was Shirley. Gives the hand pass to Colville. Colville runs through the 50. Handballs over the top. Oh, not a good one to Crowley. Took it, but then dropped it. Ball came back to Pavlich. He kicks towards goal. Out comes McCormack. Brushes off one tackle. Charges through. Does well, the defender. Kicks up towards centre half back, and Clements takes a good mark for the Norwood side.
Yeah, great mark from Clements. Gets support now from Fleming. Fleming has a bounce. He'll go to centre half back and then kick the ball to centre wing, but it's not a good kick. Rogers is there. He had the drop on his opponent, but the ball spills loose. A chance now for Cunningham from Norwood. He's got it at centre wing. He's had a bounce. He goes short, looking for the lead there of Warrior. The ball bounces in front of Warrior. Hotly tackled by Hall. Warrior still got possession. Gets the handball out, back out to Cunningham. Cunningham goes to ground with the ball underneath. Oh, no umpire. That's a shocking decision. He went with the ball buried into the turf. How he was supposed to get rid of that, I'll never ever know. And the kickers have been paid to the Eagles. Back out to Whelan. Whelan will chip it across now. Here's a chance for Chicolella. Chicolella now at centre half back. What will he do? He go to centre wing now looking for Gallagher. Gallagher well in front of his opponent. Has a touch of the bundle. He tries to come around on the left boot. He's got a Guernsey loose. Back it goes to Whelan, I think it is. And Whelan takes the mark in the centre. Now he's got Bigland loose in the centre. That's the way the footy goes. There's Eagles everywhere. Bigland goes short. He's looking for the long lead of Pesh. In fact, it would have been the longest lead in the world if he carried that off. A chance now as the ball is rebounded to Dan Toshia. He goes to ground. In there is Pesh kicking it off the ground. McCormack comes back to Pesh. He's trying to get back with a handball. Does it well to Pyman. Pyman a shot in towards goal. It's going to go through, is it? No, just the minor score recorded for the Eagles. 6 goals, 5-41. The Redlegs 2 goals, 4-16 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, and 11 minutes have elapsed on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock.
Kick out finds Crouch at centre half back just inside the defensive 50 for the Redlegs. He goes long out towards the wing on the outer side. Players set themselves over the back. Bruin affected a good spoil. Taken there by Yerbury though. Gets the handball to Harvey. Harvey's hand pass found Crouch. Oh, it didn't quite find him. In goes Shirley. In goes Bigland. And we'll have a bounce just forward of centre for the Eagles. And I was just going to ask Andrew there in that last little break, would Pyman have been better advised to kick to the top of the square rather than have a shot, do you think?
Well, they seemed to muck around with the ball. They were going short, chipping wide. I'd be inclined to get the ball to the top of the square, give Pavlich something to jump at. Get the boy, he's got great hands. Get the ball down there, give him a chance. Colville
at the bottom of the pack in there, also Yerbury. Ball comes back towards Davey. The umpire just letting it go and eventually whistles up play, and we'll have a bounce just inside, around about centre half forward for the Eagles, just inside the centre square. To our right, we've got another blood rule. No. And who's coming off this time? Who have we got here? Davey's having some more trouble, and the umpire has said, what has he said? He said he's okay, so we're going to... no, what's he doing?
Umpires are doctors now.
A bit of blood on the lips or something. So anyhow, the umpire's satisfied that it's no great danger to anybody, and we'll have a bounce at centre half forward for the Eagles. Ball goes down. Bounce favours the Eagles. Whelan tapped it forward. Taylor was there. Got a quick kick forward up towards the wing. Cunningham on his own out there. Has a chance to get possession of the footy. Does so now. Kicks across the body up towards the attacking 50. Rogers applies the spoil there on Robbie Neal. Pearce got a handball before he was tackled, but it missed Cicolella. Intercepting Doreen. Goes long in towards the attacking 50, but running back and doing well was Fruin. Now Fruin has been called to play. No, he hasn't. Cotton on the mark. Chip forward kick finds Kluzak. Still inside the defensive 50 for Woodville West Torrens. He goes long, this time up towards the grandstand side, setting himself and taking a good mark with Shirley. Plays on quickly. Gallagher, he's had plenty of the footy. Good handball over the top, although Colville had to stop and go back. He slipped. Venetsy got the handball clear. Running through the middle wheel, and he's getting plenty of the footy. He knocked it forward, but Pitt took it. Kicked towards the boundary line, and it goes out of play. We'll have a throw-in on the centre wing grandstand side of the Woodville Oval, with the score is the Eagles 6-5-41, Norwood 2-4-16. We've been going 14 minutes in the second quarter.
The tap down chance now for the Eagles. Clements has got it, comes back onto his left boot, hooks it around the body, and it just carry over the head of Colville. In fact, it carried over the head of Pearce as well. Colville first to recover, got the ball now, swings around onto the right boot, back it comes Yerbury. Oh, I don't know what he was trying to do there, he just ran up the footy. Oh, it is a play of net high, should have got the free kick. Oh, gee whiz, he had his eyes on the ball, and he was met around the head with the knee, and the umpire said, you're allowed to do that. And he'll bounce it down in the centre. See, this is where umpiring, if you pay that free kick, you know damn well where you stand with the players. But if you got your head over the ball and you're making every effort for it, you should be protected. Well, it's just, I don't know. I lose it sometimes, and I'm sure the umpires do too. As the ball is taken by Whelan, the kick off the boot, though, might go out of bounds on the ball. In fact, it has. And the free kick to be taken by Clements between centre wing and half back on the grandstand side. Trying to get the Redlegs moving. They trail badly at the moment. 6-5-41 the Eagles. Norwood at 2-4-16. Up to half forward offhand Chicolella. Certainly the ball bouncing the Eagles' way at the moment as Chicolella comes round. That'll bring rain if it doesn't go out of bounds on the full. In fact, it does go out of bounds on the full, and the kick to be taken by Cunningham for Norwood. He plays on immediately and bangs it in towards half forward. This is where the Redlegs are falling down. Offhands it comes. It's all Eagles once again. Whelan's the first onto it. Gives it over to Shirley. Shirley gives it now to Fruin. Now it's Bigland. Bigland's now had a bounce. Goes short. The kick's not a good one. Up towards half forward. Over the head of Pat. Pavlich. He recovers the handball out to Pesh. Pesh will chip it. He goes for the lead there of coming out strongly. Chris Kluzak picks it up on the half volley, kicks it around the body. The Eagles have got the drop here. Dylan going towards the goal. Will it bounce for him? No, it won't. It only had to set up for young Dylan. It didn't. It got a top spin. Warney would have been proud of that one and rolled through for the minor score.
That would have taken a leg stump, Laurie.
Yes, so 6 goals, 642 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, and the Redlegs 2-4-16.
Clemens takes the ball from the kick in, and he's kicked the ball up towards centre half back where Doreen takes the mark. He plays on quickly, finds Robbie Neal. Robbie Neal falls over at the crucial moment, regains his composure, gives the handball back to Doreen. Now Doreen, a long sweeping hand pass out to the wing. Dan Tokia got a kick forward, but it wasn't a very good one to Pavlich. Pavlich at left half back, kick towards left half forward. Players set themselves. Oh, Taylor's nearly taken the mark. I don't think he's realised, but the ball scooped up. Might have been a throw there by Colville, and I think the umpire's picked it up. He has. Free kick to Norwood on that outer half-back flank. So the Redlegs to relieve. Doreen finds Neal playing up the ground after Rogers has done well on him in the first quarter and a half. Long kick up towards the attacking 50. Matthew Kluzak, too good for Cotton. Takes the mark at centre half back. Now he plays on quickly. He's got Gallagher running out wide. With him is Davey. Gallagher, might have got a free kick for over the shoulder. Tapping the ball forward was Davey. Up towards left half forward. Anthony Harvey over the footy. Pushed in the back maybe, but the umpire says play on. Everyone had stopped. Shirley now gives the handball over. Whelan running through half back. Probably took the ball over the line. And eventually the boundary umpire says he did.
Umpire. Well, I can't believe that. He was legged. He was grabbed by the leg, and the umpire's going to allow it. Gee whiz, I just can't understand these umpires. Are they watching what's going on, or what? As the ball is thrown in, the ball is thrown down. Here's a chance now for Davey. Davey with the opportunity now for the Redlegs. He'll get the handball back and taken by Shirley. Shirley to Pesh. The Eagles out of trouble as Pesh goes along centre wing to half forward. In front, the mark taken. Lovely strong mark there taken by Crowell for the Eagles. He's outside 50, about 60-65 metres from goal. Goes to the long lead there of the player there in Pyman. But the ball to Redlegs go up. Taylor went up high. It comes loose, taken by McCormack. He goes for the safety of the boundary line. Knights is out there with him as Ugrinnick. Knights paddles the ball towards the boundary line for a throw-in on the left half forward flank for the Eagles. You've just tuned in. 6-6, the Eagles 42 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. Norwood at 2-4-16. I'm going to have a heart attack if I keep watching these umpires. Fair dinkum as the ball is thrown in. Up they go. The big tap there attempted by Pavlich, taken there by Pavlich's handball was good. The umpire paid the free kick to the Eagles for over the shoulder, and the free kick will be taken there for the Eagles. We'll work out who it is. It's Pierce with a handball out, and he'll give it to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick's high drop punt in towards goal. The Breeze carry it. No big pack of players. It goes through for the minor score. So the Eagles are 6-7-43. Norwood 2-4-16 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. 18 minutes have elapsed in this the second quarter on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock.
So Norwood to bring the ball back into play through Fleming, and Fleming goes towards that outer side right half back. Knights is out there with him. Ugrinnick. Oh gee, I thought there was a free kick there, but hanging on. Cunningham over the footy, and eventually Pyman helps it over the line out of play at left half forward for the Eagles. The Eagles by 27 points. Approaching time on in this second term. We've been going 18 and a half minutes. Boundary throwing. Left half forward. Biglan's up against Yerbury. Over the top, Neal. Couldn't get a possession. Knights now. Right foot kick up towards the wing, and the mark taken there by Borlace. He gives the handball to Doreen. Away he goes. Running down the wing. Kicks long up towards centre half forward. Up went Kluzak. But he couldn't hold on to the mark. Ball comes to ground. Crouch now with the footy. At centre half forward. He's got players running for him. And one of those players on that outer side is Robbie Neal. Neal goes for home with a long kick, and I reckon he's put it through for Norwood. Goal to the Redlegs. Good play by them from defence. They're 3-4-22. The Eagles 6-7-43. Let's go around the grounds. Thanks to the Great Southern Pie Company.
Port Adelaide 4-6-30, lead Glenelg 4-3-27. Central 7-6-48, lead North Adelaide 4-4-28. Brisbane 14-8-92, lead Melbourne 9-7-61. And Carlton 7-8-50, lead St Kilda 6-2-38. Back to Woodville.
Well, certainly what the Norwood side needed, boys. They've been battling away for some time, and they finally got free. They moved the ball down like the Norwood of old, moved it down and wide, came back through the corridor, and kicked a good goal.
They're still doing it the hard way. The Eagles have done it a lot better and a lot easier as the ball is kicked by Knights up towards the half-forward flank, and a great mark taken there by Robbie Neal, who came out in front of the pack and took the ball on his chest. Robbie Neal can make the distance here. I don't think there's any doubt he'll make the distance. The accuracy will be the problem as the Warrior lead. Neal goes kicks from about 65 feet. A kick from where he's marked the ball. Oh, and the ball was going to go through and was touched by Knight. I think it was going to go through for a goal, fellas, and Knight went up and touched it with one hand and the minor score recorded, so certainly things not going the Redlegs' way at the moment. And certainly no talking there as the ball is kicked in by Hall now. He kicks it out here to Pearce. Pearce in the back pocket takes the mark. As the score on the scoreboard, 6-7-43, the Eagles. Norwood 3-5-23. Chickalella brings it out to Robert Shirley. Shirley takes the mark at half-back. The Eagles just doing it so much easier than the Redlegs as the ball is kicked in towards the centre of the ground. Through the hands of Ugrinnick, a chance for Big Yerbury. Yerbury gets the handball over to Cotton. Cotton gives it to Davey. Davey kicks it out here to Borlase. Borlase is in the van, should take the mark. Don't take the mark. Good mark under enormous pressure there, young Scotty Borlase. And he'll line up the goal from about 30 metres out on a slight angle.
Well, it was a good mark, boys, wasn't it? You need to show courage when you're backing back. You don't really know what's coming from behind you, but he kept his eye on the ball all the way and held it tightly and was paid the mark. And Scotty Borlase, he's played quite well this afternoon. He's got himself in the right position on many occasions, coming in 35 metres out on a fairly difficult angle. Distance won't be a problem, but he's had a go at it, but he's pushed it to the left. Probably could have done a little better. He's got good skills, this young boy. He's registered a solitary point. So on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, Norwood still trail 3-6-24, trailing Eagles 6-7-43. And DB, it's become quite an entertaining quarter of footy.
Yes, well, I've certainly picked up from that first quarter. At least we haven't stopped the game. The umpires tried to inflict a blood rule on Davey, but it was something else. So, Laurie, take it away, son.
Ball kicks towards the grandstand side. Up goes Biglands, takes a strong mark. So Rhett Biglands, that centre half-back, chips into the centre of the ground. His kicking has let him down today, but this one's a good one. Gallagher takes the mark. Away he goes. Likely-looking player, this lad. He kicks up towards left half forward, and Dillon takes the mark. Good open movement of the footy. Dillon's got Ugrinnick over the top, and he takes the mark. Attacking 50. Can he kick long? He chips towards the full forward area. Kluzak takes the mark. Chris Kluzak, taken probably 6 or 7 marks this afternoon, and a chance now, thanks to some good movement of the footy from defence by the Eagles, for them to kick their 7th goal. The margin currently 19 points, 6-7 plays 3-6, and young Kluzak looking to kick his first goal of the afternoon. 21-year-old, just managed 21 games, which is surprising. He's got a lot of ability, this young man, and he'll line up for goal. Runs inside 50 now, kicks from 45. Has he dragged it a bit? It might be coming back. No, it's not. Off to the left for a behind. The Eagles 6-8-44, Norwood 3-6-24. We're well into time on in this second term. 23 minutes have gone.
Been very impressed with young Gallagher at centre wing. Undies, I would suggest the Crows tomorrow are going to be very hard to beat if they can leave a player out of his calibre. He's really got the makings of a top AFL player. The ball kicked in, taken off hands by Shirley to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick into the pocket. There were 2 Eagles there, and he's put it out of bounds on the full.
That's why he doesn't kick with his left foot.
Is that why? Fair enough. Fair dinkum. There were two Eagles there, and he's missed both of them and put it out of bounds on the full. So the ball will be taken for the Redlegs. Looks like Pitt back there, and Pitt kicks it along that outer side boundary. Up they fly. Biglands went up. We always say that, Big Biglands. We've got to stop saying it. The ball is handballed out, tapped on by Pyman, came to Whelan. Whelan gave it back, but it ended up with Borlase, taken by Pascoe. He tries to bust his way through the pack, and the ball underneath a pack of players, and we'll have a bounce down out there at centre wing. I think it was Big Pascoe, wasn't it?
Yep, certainly was.
Long way away out there, and you've got the 1040s, Laurie. You might pick it up, son.
Left half forward for Woodville West Torrens. Time running out in this first half. We've been going 24 minutes. Bounced by the umpire. Won by Yerbury on this occasion. Ball on the ground now. Players trying to kick it forward. I think Pyman got a kick off the ground. Or was it Floriani, the new player, onto the ground? We should mention Floriani is on. Colville has left the ground. Haven't had a lot of it today, Colville. So Floriani just getting a run.
Yeah, Colville seems a bit out of sorts, Laurie, doesn't he? He's really at it in most of the other times we've seen him. He's just sort of been a step away today.
Just off the pace a little bit today as Yerbury wins the tap. Crouch takes it. His kick was smothered there by the Eagles. Good play by Shirley, who tapped it forward to Ugrinnick. Now Ugrinnick on that left foot again. Better kick this time. Not much better, but still in play. Up towards centre half forward. Davies there for the Redlegs, diving over the footy. Pavlich applied the tackle. The ball comes out. Pavlich now through brute strength gets the handball clear, but Fleming will mop up for Norwood, and he kicks towards right half back to no one in particular, although Borlase in on the scene. Did well and took the mark. Scotty Borlase, promising youngster. Right foot kick up towards the wing. The mark nearly taken there by Pascoe. Over the top, Fruin affected the spoil, and we'll have a boundary throw in on the wing as Scotty Matthews warming up on the boundary here, and Robbie Pyman coming off. We'll have a throw-in. On the outer wing, it's the Eagles by 20 points.
Yeah, Norwood falling down across half forward. They just can't seem to get the ball past that point. Bigland takes it. Handball's out, taken there by Crouch. They pounce on him. And once again, a bounce down. Coming on for the Eagles there is Scotty Matthews. He's going up into the forward line. Down goes the bounce. Bigland with the right hand taps it out there looking for Dillon. Dillon once again, no one within kiwi of him, kicks the ball back and marked by Cotton with a poor kick. Cotton now for the Redlegs, centres the ball, but look at Kluzak, he's a mile in front of Knight, takes the mark, plays on, bangs it back from whence it came. Pavlich in front, should mark it, no, he ran in underneath the ball, misjudged it badly, the ball comes to the deck, a chance now for Clements, he tackled with the ball pinned to him, he goes to ground, and we'll have a bounce down between centre and half forward.
Pleased to see Matty Kluzak back in some touch of probably a couple of years ago. He's really controlling that back line. He's just getting the ball, and that leap that he did last quarter, it's reminiscent of days gone by.
Well, he's a confident player, Matty Kluzak, and he could cement his place back in this side if he keeps playing the way he's playing. As the bounce is tapped by Yerbury, through the hands there of Taylor, picked up by Cotton. He throws it on the left boot. It comes out the centre wing. No one home there for the Eagles. Cotton, no, it wasn't Cotton. It was Robbie Neal that was there first. He's trying to pick up the ball now is Big Yerbury. Pascoe it was. He gives it back out to Yerbury. Yerbury up towards 10.5 forward. On Knight went up. Should have been a free kick to the Eagles because he hammered the bloke in front of him. Taken by Todd Davey. I don't know who he was kicking it to, but he ended up with Whelan, and Whelan gives it out to Kluzak at half back.
Matty Kluzak having a tremendous second term. Takes the mark. Kicks long up towards the wing. Shirley's there and takes the mark. Uncontested. Just in front of us here in our commentary position. 26.5 minutes gone in this term. The Eagles by 20, and there's a 25 or a 50. We'll wait on the umpire, and it might be just 25 against Fleming, who came over the mark.
Wouldn't mind buying land off him, Ross.
Yeah, I'll tell you, a little bit of a pedantic decision, that, I think. A little bit unlucky Norwood on that occasion. As Shirley plays on quickly, kicks to a 2-on-1 contest up in the goal square. Good spoil applied by Norwood. Ball comes to ground. Taylor's there, well tackled by Pavlich. Taylor in there again, working hard. Eventually gets it out towards Pitt. Not sure how he did that. Kick into the centre of the ground. Up goes Fruin. Ball on the ground. Cicalella chases after it. With him is the big fella, Pascoe. Cicalella slipped at the crucial moment. Pascoe dived in, and we'll have a bounce on the wing.
Actually, he did it well, Big Pascoe. He showed a bit of pace there for a big man. I thought, gee, this will be a one-horse race. Cicalella will leave him for dead, but Big Pascoe stayed with him and forced the bounce down. Umpire now about to bounce the ball in the true centre wing position. The siren not far away amidst the second quarter. The Eagles leading 6-8-44, Norwood 3-6-24, 20 points to the advantage of the Eagles. The ball taken by Taylor. Taylor had an airy just as he kicked it, and it ends up with Cicalella. He gets the handball to Pesh. Away go the Eagles now as Pesh kicks it up in towards their half-forward line. But good use of the judgment there by Pitt. Maybe it was a bit of luck as well. He just happened to be in the right spot. Pitt has marked the ball as the siren goes to end the first half of footy here at the Woodville Oval. The Eagles 6-8-44 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, leading Norwood 3-6-24.
Goal kickers in the match so far. Firstly for the Eagles, Dillon has kicked 2. Singles to Pesh, Crowell, Ugrinic and Cicalella. For Norwood, single goal kickers, Doreen, Neal and Warrior. It's half time. The Eagles by 20 points, 6-8-44. Norwood 3-6-24. We'll take
Ugrinic at centre wing. He wasn't on him before, was he?
No, and Pavlich heading down to the goal square again, who has, Pavlich has Pitt picking him up. And Pitt's done pretty well on him, I must say. 7 kicks, 3 marks in the first half. Pavlich yet to take a mark in the game.
And Clements still on Dillon here.
Yes.
Half back.
No, he's close to him again. Must have wanted to shake his hand after half time.
So there's the siren for the start of the second half. And it's the Eagles by 20 points, 6-8-44 to 3-6-20. And we've got the bounce for the start of this second half as up goes Yerbury and Bigland. Yerbury won the tap high, charging through and doing well was Cicalella. The hand pass for Pesh couldn't be taken by that player. In goes Crouch applying the pressure. Bit of physical pressure applied by Cunningham, and we'll have a bounce on the outer wing.
Yeah, I noticed Cunningham and Pearce having a go at each other just prior to that bounce, so I just wonder whether Peter Rose had asked for a little bit more physical endeavour.
Yes,
in the league.
Cunningham 10 possessions, Pearce 18 in that first half, so Pearce having the better of that duel as the umpire puts the footy down on the wing. Tap forward by Biglands. Young Scotty Borlace tries to pick up the footy. Kick off the ground by the Eagles, up towards right half forward. Cunningham's there. Players diving on the top, and a bit of a stop-start-start. Stop-start-start-stutter, if I can get that out. And we'll have a bounce at right half forward.
Now stop and start again, Laurie.
Thank you very much, as the umpire with the ball in his hands. Minute into this third term. Bounce down on the outer half forward flank for the Eagles. Umpire taking his time. as Yerbury will contest this knock with Biglands. Both charge at each other. Biglands got the ball up towards the forward area. Gallagher took the footy. Well tackled there by Crouch and also Davey. And we'll have a boundary throw-in right around by the 50-metre line on that outer side of the Woodville Oval. The Eagles by 20 points is Dennis Brown.
Yeah, they've struggled to start this quarter off. A minute gone, and we haven't seen any clean possessions or disposals yet as the ball's taken away by Crouch. Crouch for Norwood on the left boot up towards the centre wing position. Big Pascoe's got it. He gets the handball away, but to no one in particular. Chickalella is first there. He loses the footy. Here's a chance now for Scotty Borlase. He gets the handball over the top looking for Crouch. Crouch has got the run of the footy. Puts it on the left boot up towards the half-forward flank. Oh, up high. Robbie Neal takes the mark. And they need their forwards to fire the Redlegs to get back into the contest. And Robbie Neal is one of those forwards lining up from about 52 metres and will kick it to the head of the square. He's looking there for Knights. Knights is in front. The ball thumped away from him offhand. A chance now taken by Pearce. The handball is good out to Matty Kluzak. Kluzak throws on the left boot. He tried to go for the boundary line. Cotton tried to keep it in play. Couldn't do so. And it's gone out of bounds on the right half-forward flank for the Redlegs, and they're kicking to the southern end of the Woodville Oval.
Boundary throw-in. 55 around from that southern end goal. And Ruckman doing battle again. Yerbury might have just been pushed out the contest, but Biglands charges through. Away he goes. Right foot kick up towards the wing area. Oh, Clements did well. Read the ball better than Dillon, his opponent, and took a good mark. His sixth mark of the afternoon. Clements goes long. Up towards right half-forward players set themselves, and up goes the big fella Yerbury, and he takes the mark.
Yeah, in opposition to his teammate, Big Pascoe.
Yerbury kicks long up towards attacking 50. Knight sets himself over the back. Chance now for Neal. Kluzak's there. Matthew Kluzak towed it ahead. Davies now with the footy. Hand pass over the top to Neal. Rogers on the scene. He runs around that player, does Neal. Left foot kick just inside the boundary line up towards Warrior. Went over his head. Good work there by Pearce. Oh, he can't pick the footy up. Big Pascoe's in the area. Taylor also. Warrior's there for Norwood. Players jumping in from everywhere. Shirley tries to get a handball out. Was he tackled? Well, he was tackled very well indeed by the Redlegs, and we'll have a bounce in the left forward pocket for Norwood. No score yet in this third term. It's still the Eagles by 20 points, 6-8-44 to 3-6-24. Bounce down. Deep in the attacking 54, Norwood. Big Pascoe setting himself to take the ruck knock up against Fruin. Over the back came Neal, tapped it towards Doreen. Diving on the footy, Rogers did well, got the handball to Pearce. Pearce's kick went towards the boundary line and out of play in the left forward pocket for the Norwood side. And Norwood, bit of work to do, DB, in this third term. They're 20 points behind, 24 to 44.
Yeah, and first goal here vital to the Redlegs. If they can get the first goal here, I think it'll give them a bit of confidence as the ball is thrown in. Pascoe gets rid of his immediate opponent. Pearce grabs the ball, though. The ball kicked out here by Pearce. It ends up with Davey. Davey gives it to Crouch. Crouch about his third touch in this quarter. Handballs over the top to himself. He comes away on the right boot. Well done, Crouch. Bangs it in towards full forward. Up in front, Warrior. The ball is thumped away by Hall towards the boundary line for a throw-in in the left full forward pocket for the Redlegs. They're in attack as the time clock ticks away to 4.5 minutes of this, the third quarter. The Dave Benson Caravan time clock. The ball is thrown in into a pack of players. Goes to footy. Biglands at the bottom of the pack after contesting the throw-in, and the umpire moves in to bounce it once again. Only about 25-30 metres out from the Redleg goal. Certainly a goal very important to the Redlegs at this point in time. They trail 3-6-24. The Eagles 6-8-44. In fact, that's the half-time score. Down goes the bounce. The ball, in fact, favours Pearce, who takes it, kicks it out to Davey. Davey gets the handball over to Doreen. Doreen on the left boot decides to centre it rather than have a shot at goal. That's good play. Knight's got up high, almost took the mark, comes to ground, will bring it back on the left boot. It'll be a miracle goal. No, it's going to lob in the square offhand. No one can take the footy. Taken there by Taylor. Taylor's kick high, but he's offline and through for the minor score to the Redlegs. 3 goals, 7-25. The Eagles are 6-8-44. And 5 minutes have gone on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock.
DB, Norwood have started full of running. They've had all the play. Look, I don't think we've had very many Eagle possessions at all. And they've started very well, but just can't get across the line, can they?
And often when you see this, they'll pepper the goal for about 5 or 10 minutes, and the Eagles will probably take it away and kick a sausage roll.
So the Eagles employing a bit of a huddle at centre half back, waiting for Hall to bring the ball back into play. Players heading off on their respective leads now as Hall comes towards the grandstand side. Long kick out towards centre half back. Up went Cotton, up went Biglands. Couldn't take it at the second grab, the big fellow Biglands. Ball comes to Cunningham. Cunningham at right half forward, kicks towards the top of the goal square. Players set themselves. Rogers went up, but I think that's young Craig. And a good bit of play there by Whelan, who took the mark. Gave the handball to Grinnick, the speedster. Away he goes, kicks towards the outer wing. Matthews is out there with Fleming, and Fleming does well and takes a good mark on the outer wing. Chips inboard, finds Crouch. Crouch now in the centre of Woodville Oval. Got Cotton out wide on this grandstand wing, and he takes the mark. Biglands holds him up, and away goes Cotton. Gets into that left foot. Long up towards the full forward area. Players setting themselves up there. Ball on the ground now. Pearce. Oh, a free kick for over the shoulder. And it'll go to the Redlegs.
Well, they've been consistent with that one today.
Little Scotty Borlace is going to get the free. And he got it for over the shoulder. So Scotty Borlace, who in the first half had around 10 possessions. Now, he's going to kick from about, I reckon, 45, a little bit over 45 metres. His angle was nothing to speak of. And a chance for Norwood to get back within just under a couple of goals. 3-7-25 to the Eagles 6-8-44. Borlace will line up. This is really, I think this kick will test him. Kicking from, he's just running inside the 50 now. He'll kick from about 46 metres. The kick off to the right. And he made the distance, no problem at all. But it was a behind. So the margin back to 3 goals. Now Norwood 3-8, the Eagles 6-8. And it's been a bit of a stop-start third term. We've been going 7 minutes, thanks to Dave Benson Caravan.
Yeah, writing on the wall here, the Norwood side are going to pepper the goals, and they're going to miss, and the Eagles are going to take it straight away, and they'll kick one. As the ball is kicked in by Hall, goes short, and he's got Whelan down there in the back pocket. So Whelan out towards centre wing. He's looking for Bigland. He goes up high, takes the mark on the second grab, and he's having a big influence on this football match. There's Rent Bigland. He's a wonderful player as he kicks the ball at centre wing, or long centre wing. Up high, the big pack will fly, almost a mark, in fact, claimed there by McCormack, not paid. Comes to Fleming. How he got out of there, I'll never know, but he did. Gives it over to Neil. Neil in the centre, handballs it further afield to Doreen. Doreen will go bang in towards the lead of Warrior. Warrior at the back. Oh, well done. Beautiful mark by Warrior. I don't know how he marked that one, but he did, and he'll line up the goal from about 30 metres out.
It was a good mark, boys, wasn't it? He used his body very well, just stuck that one mid out, and it stuck in there, and he stuck it in, and it's a good mark, and he'll line up for his second goal of the afternoon. And it's a very important one for Norwood. They really need this one. They've had all the play, as you heard DB say in the call. They've been peppering the goals, and they really need this one to settle them down. So Warrior, he's 30 metres out on the slight angle. Distance won't be a problem. Accuracy is the only question. Very talented young man. Plays in fits and bursts. When he's on, he's on. And comes in. Good-looking leg. Umpire has not moved 1 iota. And that's Norwood's 4th goal on the Times Arms Hotel scoreboard. They go to 4 goals, 8-32. Siltrone Eagles, 6 goals, 8-44. And thanks to the great Southern Pike Company, let's check scores from around the ground.
Glenelg 8-4-52, lead Port 6-6-42. Centrals 9-11-65, lead North 4-6-30. Brisbane 21-9, 135, lead Melbourne 13-9-87. And Carlton 12-14-86, lead St Kilda 7-3-45. Back to Woodville.
So the gap narrowed to just 2 goals, and a bit of pushing and shoving in the centre again between Pearce and Cunningham.
My theory just went out the window.
Ah, well, it's good to have it. It's good to have a theory.
Good theory.
Bounce down in the middle. Good bounce again on that cricket pitch area. Up goes Yerbury, won the tap. Ball on the ground in the centre. Davey charges through. Was he tackled high? No, said the umpire. And
Well, he was.
Well, I thought he was. But anyway, we'll have a bounce once again in the middle of Woodville Oval. The Eagles 6-8. Norwood 4-8. The Eagles haven't kicked a goal since the 6-minute mark of the second term. As Biglands goes up, Yerbury won the tap though. Gallagher looking to get a possession in this term. Ball comes to Davey. He was tackled high again. What did the umpire say? He said, I'll bounce it on that outer side wing. So I thought I saw a bit of a slap around the ear there, DB.
Well, yeah, the 1040's on, and that slap around the ear to Davies means he's going to leave the ground.
Well, that begs the question, how did he get the slap around the ear?
Exactly. No doubt about you, Laurie.
What would we know? We've only played the game.
I'll give you full marks, Laurie. 69 out of 69.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What a good position to be in.
And
so Sanford will come back on the ground. Well, there you go. Second week in a row.
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Now,
really
one would beg whether that's actually in the players' best interest for him to come back on the ground. Now, obviously, the Norwood have got some very good doctors down there, and obviously they've made the call, but you'd have to query whether it's in the players' best interest to come on the ground.
Well, let's hope he's all right, as the ball will be bounced on the outer edge of the square towards the wing on that outer side of Woodville Oval. Up goes Yerby. Got a good leap on that occasion. Went to the feet of Whelan. Cicolella now does well. Snaps across the body up towards right half forward, and the ball, was it out of play on the full? No, it just landed inside the line and went out of play as the Eagles interchange players. Hill, Colville and Pyman just warm up around the boundary line.
A couple of handy players on the bench for the Eagles, I might say.
Yes.
Yeah, but at least they got some players on the bench. Norwood haven't got any.
Yeah, Colville a state player this year, and Pyman AFL footballer, and young Trent Hill has ball thrown back into play. Chance now for Neil, I think it is, back in defence there. He was met high, plunged to the umpire. Taylor got a handball out, but eventually was tackled, and he tried to get a handball out, was eventually tackled, and will have a bounce at centre half forward for the Woodville West Torrens side, who lead by 12 points. Bounce down. Ruckman do it again, as Bigland's probably won the tap on that occasion. Back tap there by Shirley. Chance now for little Scotty Borlace to take possession of the footy. He can't do so. Shirley in there tries to get a handball out. Eventually did, but the umpire blew his whistle. And the ball will be bounced just inside the attacking 50 for the Woodville West Torrens side. Other games, Central's leading North quite comfortably at Elizabeth, and Glenelg doing well at home against Port Adelaide. Narrow leaders down at the bay as the Rucks set themselves again. Bigland's in there working hard. Pavlich, who we haven't seen a lot of today, gives a handball over. The ball's with Pesh. He got it from Whelan. Kick towards goal. Marked in the goal square by Crowell. Bit of remonstration from Crowell there against Pitt. I think it was in the goal square. But Crowell will line up directly in front. McCormack, in fact, the player for Norwood down there. And Crowell will kick what should be his second goal. And he pops it through. So the Eagles get their lead back to 18 points. They're 7-8-50. Norwood 4-8-32. Crowell kicks his second. And the Eagles march to an 18-point lead.
Well, I wasn't far out with my theory. But interesting, I've just been watching what the big Stanford down there. And I think he's going to come off the ground again. And he was throwing the leg up, exercising the leg, but of course the big worry with something like that happening when coming back on the ground, you just wonder what another serious knock would do.
Well, the other thing is what they used to say is that it's like falling off a horse. If you get hit, you should get back into it, and you'd hate to see that he comes on the ground and sort of comes into the foray and gets hit again.
Well, he's been on the ground and he's off it again, and that's the second time that's happened today as the ball is about to be bounced in the centre. Umpire puts it down. The Eagles by 18 points at the Woodville Oval. Down that goes Yerper. He's got the last 2 or 3 taps taken by him again out to Taylor. Taylor on the right boot. Not a good kick, and it's all the Eagles back there. Matty Pluzak all by himself at centre half back. He kicks it across there and finds Gallagher. Gallagher's got Floriani. Can he get the ball over to him? Oh, should have got it over. That's nearly holding the ball because he had prior opportunity. Umpires allowed the player to take the ball away. Comes to Neil. Neil goes to the lead of Warrior. He was dragged from behind. The umpire says play on. In goes the player. Grabbed high. Will be a free kick to the Eagles. And the player there is Floriani. You can see the hand across the shoulder. And a lucky break there for the Eagles. The ball is kicked out here to, it's Hall. Hall will handball further afield to Rogers. Rogers inboard to Gigalella. Gigalella advances to the attacking, the defensive 50, I should say. Kicks to the long centre wing at the back. McCormack almost a brilliant mark. Hit ended up with the footy. He got the biggest shot he's ever got in his life because he didn't expect to get it. Cotton now with a kick up towards centre half 40. You could have just chipped it over Cotton, but elected to go long. And it's going to end up with the Eagles now. Gigalella handballs back out here to Shirley. Shirley inboard now to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick over the top. Gives to Gallagher, puts him under the hammer. Gallagher almost goes to the ground, got the handball out. Chance now for Shirley. Shirley picks up the ball. In fact, it's Whelan does it well to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick will have a shot in towards goal. He's got pace to burn. Runs to about 40 metres, goes bang, and puts it through for a goal to the Eagles. 8 goals, 8-56. They lead Norwood 4-8-32 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. Second goal to Ugrinnick. And while the players come back to the centre, we'll go quickly around the ground, courtesy of the Great Southern Pie Company.
Carlton 14-14-98 lead Saints 7-3-45. Brisbane 23-9-145 lead Melbourne 13-10-88. In the local football, Central's 10-12-72 lead North 4-7-31 and Glenelg 10-5-65 lead Port 7-6-48. Back to Woodville.
Ball back in the middle. The Eagles kicking the last couple of goals in the last 2 minutes. Back out to a 24-point lead. Player inside the square for the Eagles, and Norwood will get the resultant free kick thanks to Yerbury in the middle. He kicks out towards right half forward. And good mark taken by Cunningham, and he was met high by Robbie Shirley, and I reckon he'll get 25 metres.
I know it was there, but I mean, it was accidental. You could see that he was trying to punch the footy, I don't think there's any doubt about that, Laurie. The ball was to be contested. Look, full marks to Cunningham. He had his eyes only on the footy. There's no doubt about that. But in fairness to Shirley, I think he was trying to punch the ball away, Laurie.
And he's just give him another 10, just for good measure.
Anyway, Cunningham will line up for goal, about 30 out. And
even the umpires coaches here are shaking their heads.
Well, it wouldn't be for the first time. Cunningham runs in, kicks, looks good off the boot. It's there. Goal to the Redlegs, a much-needed one. The margin back to 3 goals. The jeering goes up from the Woodville West Torrens supporters. The Redleg people like it. And it's 5-8-38, the Redlegs. The Eagles, 8-8-56 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard.
Cunningham's first goal for the afternoon, and the Eagles had a bit of a run on, and it's just stopped them a little bit. At that last goal by Ugrinnick, we didn't get the opportunity to talk about it, but he used his pace, didn't he? How quick was he? He thought he was actually going to give the ball off, but he used his pace, and he just blew Scotty Borlase away.
Certainly did, and he certainly got pace to burn. And very disappointed with that last decision, because it did mean a goal to the Redlegs, but once again we come back to common sense umpiring, where you've got to understand what was going on in that little incident. Anyway, they got the free kick, kicked the goal, the ball out here towards centre wing, a chance now for Borlase, kicks it up towards half forward, and Pascoe was in front, couldn't take the mark, offhand. In fact, it was Robbie Neal that was there. The ball comes out, he kicked to Ugrinnick at centre wing. He's got movement further afield. He's got Biglands out there. The ball bounces over the top of his. Out comes Chris Kluzak. What will he do? He gets a hurried kick up towards half forward. The ball thumped away by Fleming. A chance now for Pitt. Pitt on the right boot will go for the safety of the boundary line, kicks it high. Will the ball bounce out at will? A perfectly placed kick there by Pitt, and it's gone out of bounds in the left half forward flank for the Eagles. 8-8-56, Norwood 5-8-38, and the crowd getting stuck into the umpires, Laurie.
Boundary throw-in inside the 50 for Woodville West Torrens. Good throw-in is Kluzak over the top, won the footy, lost possession eventually though. Comes down to Dantoshev. Floriani off the interchange bench, gives the handball to Ugrinnick. Look at him go, left foot kick high, up in towards the goal square. There's no one there at the moment, but the player's coming in, and the mark taken on this occasion in that forward zone by Matthews, I think it is. So Scotty Matthews, who did start on the bench, a chance to kick a goal. He's on a very, very tight angle in that left forward pocket. A lot of players inside the attacking 50 for the Eagles. So not much chance of any short passes coming out here. I think Matthews is going to try and bend this around to the clubhouse centre, kick a goal. He plays on, chips towards goal, right across the face, and I don't think he scored. He hasn't. So the score remains on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. The Eagles 8-8, Norwood 5-8. And the Redlegs will relieve the pressure in that left back pocket through Bowman.
Should have done better than that, Laurie.
Should have scored, at least, as Bowman with the footy. He goes long, outside the attacking 50. Pavlich sets himself. Can he take his first mark of the afternoon? No, he can't. Hand pass from Doreen out in front of himself, and he should get a free kick. He does. He handballed it, was tackled after he disposed of the footy, and Scotty Doreen will take the free kick. Up around the 15-16 possession mark. Doreen this afternoon as he kicks up towards the centre wing position. Yerbry doing battle there, or was it Pascoe? Pascoe it was. Ball on the ground now. Oh, playing that heavily there was young Gallagher by Pascoe, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of play. We'll have a throw in. The Eagles in this term, a couple of goals. Norwood a couple of goals. The margin is 18 points.
Biglands makes front position, a two-handed tap. The ball ends up with Shirley. Shirley now to Ciccalella. Ciccalella kicks the ball around the body up towards centre-half forward. Big pack of players. The umpire calls play on, and Kluzak claims the mark. The handball out here to Floriani. He can't pick up the ball. He's met hip and shoulder. Chance now for Crouch. Did it very well. Beautiful pick-up, twist and turn. Got it out to Cotton. Cotton on the left boot. Here's a chance for the leg. Cunningham all by himself. He's got room to move. He's at 2 bounces. He'll advance now to the just outside. But he's gone in short to Warrior. The ball goes straight over his head. Taken away by Matty Kluzak. Gives it to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick will come back on the right handball. Gives it to Ciccalella. Ciccalella didn't have a look then. He just fired the ball back and straight down the throat of Cotton. Gee whiz, that was a poor kick. As Cotton now chips it in, looking for Pascoe at centre-half forward. Up in front, Pascoe's got the mark on the second grab as Fruin throws him to the ground, or attempts to throw him to the ground. And that was just sheer strength of big Pascoe to take that mark, and he'll kick for goal from about 48, 47 metres.
Too big, too strong, DB, wasn't he? He's a big, strong boy, and Fruin has done pretty well on him this afternoon, but he didn't get an opportunity to run and jump over the top. He really just had to stand and try to hold him out, and he was just too big. He's taken a mark, the big fella, and as you heard from Dennis Brown, 46 or 47 metres out, he'll kick from just on 50. Distance could be a bit of a problem, but
I don't think so.
You don't think distance won't be a problem?
Not from this bloke.
Well, he's got a good leg on him, and as he comes in now, He's given it a good ride. Distance certainly not a problem. It's travelled through post high, but accuracy is a problem, and he's pushed it away to the right and registered a minor score.
Yes, and just interesting that the kick of Cunningham's. I remember in our days that the stab pass, of course, was a result of the drop kick, but it's amazing today how many passes go over the head of their intended target for the simple reason that they don't drop the ball low enough.
The Eagles by 17 points. 8 goals, 8 to 5 goals, 9. Biglan's tries to take the mark. He does. The centre half back grabbed it into the left hand and hung onto it beautifully in front of Scotty Doreen. So Biglan's from centre half back goes long up towards right half forward. Pavlich is there, can't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Sicalella's there. Pitt for Norwood. Hand pass over the head of Fleming, but he mops up nicely. His hand pass finds Davey. Kick from Davey up towards the wing position. Rogers sets himself. Back came Gallagher, nearly took the mark. Ball on the ground again. Doreen with the footy, doing well in this third quarter. Kicks up towards left half forward. Up goes Pascoe, and he takes the mark again in front of Fruin. Pascoe chips the ball forward, looking for Robbie Neal, and he takes the mark in the left forward pocket. So good movement of the footy by Norwood, and one just senses at the moment with Yerbury starting to really get hand on the ball in the bounce downs in the centre. Norwood really in with a chance here. If he can slot this through Neal, the margin will be back to just 11 points. Currently Norwood 5-9-39, the Eagles 8-8-56. So Robbie Neal, he's kicked 1 goal this afternoon. Hasn't done a real lot, but this can really give Norwood a chance if he can sneak this one through. We've entered time on in the third quarter. 22.5 minutes gone. Neal lines up for goal. Kick on its way. He's dragged it to the left, and he's kicked Norwood's 10th behind. They're 5-10-40. The Eagles 8-8-56. 23 minutes gone. Those scores and time clock brought to you by the people at Dave Benson Caravans and also the Torrens Arms Hotel.
Do you think, DB, your theory will come true now? They've been peppering again.
Yeah, well, you see it happen so many times, and we'll wait and see. But they're certainly wasting opportunities. The Redlegs, as Hall kicks the ball out to the outer side of the ground. Up they fly at the back. An opportunity there for Yerbury. Shepherds beautifully, but intercepting there of the Eagles. The player on the bottom of the pack tries to pick it up. He goes to ground with the ball underneath him, and the umpire will bounce it between centre wing and half forward on the outer side of the ground. Into time on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock. 23 minutes, almost 24 minutes have gone in the third quarter. The Eagles 8-8-56, Norwood 5-10-40 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. So 16 points the difference. A tap down. No player can grab the footy. Diving on top of it there was Taylor for the Redlegs. I think it was Taylor anyway. And a bounce down at half forward in the identical spot that we had the last one about 30 seconds ago. Umpire about to thump the ball into the turf. Down it goes. Up they go. Yerbury got his hand to the ball once again, but taken out of the air by, taken off that tap by Big Shirley. Well, not Big Shirley. He's only about a 5-footer 11er. And he put the ball to the boundary line. So the umpire throws the ball back into play. Once again, Yerbury and Bigland. Players stacks on the mill. Laurie, I can't get it out of there, can you?
I reckon you're right, what you said about Shirley. He's 187 centimetres, so about 6'2".
Oh, well, yeah.
So he's big enough.
Fair enough.
So you're right on the money as usual, mate. Bounce down.
You notice, Loz, that they've made a move.
Yep.
Crow's gone back to centre half back on the big fella Pascoe, and Fruin's gone on to up to full forward.
Well, Pascoe was starting to do a bit of damage as Robbie Neal takes the ball away from the boundary throw and chips out into the open space there, finding Borlase at left half forward. His chip inside 50, looking for Doreen. Doreen nearly took the mark in front of Matty Kluzak. Sicalella now needing some desperate defence, the Eagles. Does well, round about 3 players there. He chips towards right half back, and Gallagher takes the mark. So young Gallagher, he's done a little bit in this game. Kicks up towards the wing position, and it is a shocking kick. Out of play on the full, over the fence, out of the ground. And the Redlegs will relieve, I think, through McCormack on that outer side wing. So Norwood just doing a little better in this term.
You put the mockers on him, I think, Loz?
I think I must have, as McCormack kicks up towards left half forward. We've got a free kick, hopefully. What's going on here? All sorts of confusion. I think the free kick's going to go to Chris Kluzak for some reason. I couldn't pick that up at all, what's happened, but something off the ball, and the Eagles will get the free kick. So Kluzak goes long up towards right half forward. Rogers down in the forward zone. Pitt went up. Chance for Dan Tosher. His hand pass towards the boundary line. Finds Borlase. Borlase does well. Gets the handball over towards Davey. Davey now trying to relieve the Redlegs. Gave the hand pass to Robbie Neal. His kick up towards the wing. Pascoe's there, but over the top. And taking a good mark was Biglands.
And Hill's just come onto the ground for his second run. Let's hope he gets a touch early.
Bigland's good kick in towards the centre of the ground. Finds his teammate Sikalele. His clever kick on the left foot finds Ugrinnick. Now Ugrinnick plays on quickly. Chips towards Fruin. It falls forward and he takes the mark. So that worked. That move has worked so far. Fruin up to that forward zone. He takes the mark about 40 out. And a little bit too quick for Bowman on that occasion.
And we'll kick the goal. Make my theory come true after all.
So Fruin, who was recruited last year from Richmond, played mainly seconds with the Tigers. And he'll kick on a 45-degree angle from about 40 metres. Been one of their better pickups for Woodville West Torrens is Brent Fruin. Kick on its way. Looks good off the boot. Straight through the middle. Goal to Woodville West Torrens. They're 9-8-62. Norwood 5-10-40. 22 points the difference here in our match of the day after 27 minutes of the third quarter. And now let's go around the grounds. We've got some final AFL scores thanks to the Great Southern Pie Company.
His final scores, Laurie, it was Carlton 15-16-106 defeating St Kilda 7-3-45. Brisbane 25-9-159 defeating Melbourne 15-14-104. SANFL score, Centrals 11-12-78 leading North Adelaide 5-8-38 and Glenelg 12-6-78 lead Port 7-7-49. Back to Woodville.
Back here at the centre, umpire with the 40 as the Eagles get some breathing space as the bounce goes down. Yerbury and in opposition to Pearce. Pearce actually got the tap down there as the ball comes up the half forward. In there for the Eagles was Crowell. It comes to Doreen. Doreen's handball is a beauty. He gives it to Taylor. Taylor will kick blindly and kick it out of bounds on the full. Very poor kick indeed. And the Redlegs will rue the opportunities they've had because they've just fired in towards goal, and really, he didn't even look on that occasion, did he? Just picked up the ball, blazed in towards goal, and missed by a mile.
And he had loose man 20 metres out straight in front, but he just overlooked.
Yeah, fair enough, as Hall will kick the ball back into play. Towards the half-back flank, big pass go in front. Bigland's got up a mile, couldn't take the mark off. Hands a chance here for Kraut. Kraut goes in and picks the ball up, kicks it back towards centre half forward. A big pack of players will play. Oh, there's a player hipped out of there as the ball comes down. It's going to be the Eagles through Floriani, the left footer, and to the centre of the ground. Pitt at the back, pumps it, ends up with the with McCormack, gets the handball to Pitt. Pitt another blind kick up towards half forward and fair dinkum. This is shocking football by the Redlegs as Bigland takes the mark between centre and half back. Bigland will go right across the goal. That's a dangerous play as chipping in there. Neil, he read it beautifully. Off hands it comes to Knight. Knight will have a bounce. As the left footer will go bang from about 45, 50 metres out. It's a very poor kick and just manages to scrape in for the minor score. You reckon they haven't wasted any opportunities, the Redlegs. 5-11-41. The Eagles 9-8-62 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard.
Laurie, it doesn't matter if your captain's calling you from the other side of the ground. You don't do that.
Well, that was just blatantly stupid football by Biglands. Then he had the mark, did well, and he just kicked straight across the ground. And, well, Norwood there really should have made the Eagles pay the price as Hall chips into the left-back pocket and he finds Floriani, who takes the mark. The Eagles by 21 points as Floriani's kick finds Ugrinnick. Way he goes. Chips into the midfield. That's better play. Rogers takes the mark, uncontested. He's bound to be run down by Doreen. Good shepherd by Pavlich. Kick forward by Rogers up towards the attacking 50. And Fruin, who's proving a little bit too quick for Bowman at the moment, takes the mark right on the 50-metre line. So he'll kick from 55. He's got Kluzak offering a lead in front of McCormack. But Fruin not quite ready to pass off. He was just backing back to take his kick. Time running out in this quarter, about to hit 30 minutes. Fruin chips the centre half forward, but the mark taken by Floriani, but it's too late. And a bit of a teaser by the timekeepers there as the Eagles at three-quarter time lead by 21 points. They've increased their lead by a point in this third term. They added 3 goals straight to the Eagles, to Norwood's 2 goals 5. And at three-quarter time, it's the Eagles 9-8-62, Norwood 5-11. To the grandstand with his... He's got about 5 kids now, Gary. His wife had triplets, I believe. So a while back, this is. So.
He could play.
He could play, Gary Haylock, no doubt about that.
Yeah,
so,
he was a very good anticipator, wasn't he?
Very solid performer.
A very good what? A very good
anticipator.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something else there, DB.
So we're nearly ready to go for this final quarter.
Who's going to win, boys?
I'm going for Norwood.
You're going for Norwood?
No, I'll stick with the Eagles.
Well, I'll have $5 with you.
No, I didn't say I was going to have 5 with you. But anyway, there's the siren for the final quarter. And the bounce down. Up goes Biglands up against Yerbury. Yerbury did it well again. Ball up towards the half forward. Pass goes there. Tries to get a clear handball. Does so eventually. In towards the attacking 50. Floriani's there. Oh, missed that body with the handball. Looking for Rogers. Out comes a free kick to advantage. The Eagles clear through Matthew Kluzak into the centre of the ground. Well, he looked to find his brother, but the kick wasn't good. Yerbury now steadies himself. Kicks long. Up towards left half forward. Ball applied on Knights there by Matty Kluzak. Whelan mops up. He's got Floriani he can give the handball to. Does so now. Kick up the side of the boot by Floriani. And it finds Hill, who nearly took the mark. He won't be paid, though. He took the second grab as it was over the boundary line and out of play.
Well, that boundary umpire knows the rules.
Well, he looks like he's been out there for a while. Gray and very balding, but nothing wrong with ball blokes, DB. As boundary thrown. Hill got a hand pass up towards right half back. Charging through was McCormack. Hill again did well. First possession gets the handball back to Sikalella. Running across the back of the cricket pitch area. Left foot kick up towards left half forward. Matthews is there. With him is Clements. He shrugs the tackle, does Matthews. Goes long in towards the attacking 50. Chance for Fruin. Oh, nearly took the mark. Ball on the ground now. Chance for Norwood to mop up. Pitt goes in. Does it well, and he's going to get a free kick for over the shoulder. He was committed to the footy, tackled high, and Norwood will relieve through Constable Stephen Pitt.
Yeah, might have been a bit lucky to get the free kick, but nevertheless he's got it. And I'll tell you what, he kicks it across the face of goal. It's always dangerous, but this time it's going to come off because Todd Davey, equal to the task, and marks the ball across the outer half-back flank. He's went to handball it, and then the handball was smothered, came to Cotton. Cotton gave it back to Davey. Davey in a bit of trouble, but gets away, then swings it on the left boot, but he's put it straight down the throat there of the Eagle. The umpire is going to pay the blue time on, and Floriani was in fact the recipient of well, he marked the ball, there's no doubt about that, and he got crunched, so the umpire said you can go back and have your kick. So Floriani now to drive the Eagles into attack. If they get the first goal here, you can get that lady back up on the stage. The ball up in towards half forward off hands. It's taken by Chris Kluzak, gives it out to Dylan. Dylan with a handball back to Pierce. Pierce goes bang in towards full forward. The Eagles have the van. We're in the van. Taken off hand by Nicky Pesh, and he bumps it through for a goal. And I will say right here and now, it's all over Red Rover. Nicky Pesh's second goal. They move along to 10 goals, 868. Norwood are 5-11-41. Courtesy of the Great Southern Pie Company. Let's go round the ground.
Central's 12-12-84, lead North 5-9-39. Glenelg 13-6-84, lead Port 7-10-52. Back to Woodville.
Thank you very much, Peter. Norwood trailing now by 27 points. And a great opening goal to this quarter by the Eagles through Nick Pesh, who did well down in the goal square there about 30 seconds ago. Ball back in the middle once again. Biglan's in ruck. Up against Yerbury. 10-8-68. Norwood 5 goals, 11-41. Bounce down in the middle. Yerbury uncontested wins the tap down. Ball in dispute in the middle. Chance for Sikalella now to tap the ball forward, but McCormack does well for Norwood. High kick up towards right half forward. Players set themselves. Neil was in front. Spoiled away there by Rogers. Rogers again over the foot. He does well. Holds the play up and will have a bounce at centre half forward for Norwood. They need some goals, Norwood. They trail by 27 points. 5-11-41 to the Eagles 10-8-68. The Eagles virtually led from go to woe as Biglands went up high. Tapped it down to Pierce. Pierce intelligently tapped it to Whelan. Whelan to Sikalella. Was good. Left foot kick, right foot kick up towards left half forward. Taken there by Kluzak. Chris Kluzak goes long from 60 metres out, down towards the goal square. Matthews is there, and he takes the mark. And you don't see that happen very often. One-on-one with Dale Fleming, who normally brings the ball to ground or affects the spoil. And now I think the lady can warm her lungs up, because if Matthews puts this through, I think it is all over. He lines up, 20 metres out, on the boot, low kick, puts it through. So the Eagles, they look like they're home now, 11-8-74. Norwood, 5-11-41. 4 minutes gone in the final quarter, and the Eagles doing well. 2 goals in the opening 4 minutes of this final quarter, Andrew Underwood.
Good start to the last quarter by the Eagles. They're delivering the ball very well. Norwood seem to be run a little ragged. They've been battling away. They've been peppering the goals, but the Eagles, through crisp skills from the back line forward, are really starting to take full control of this game. And one would suggest that if Norwood don't tighten up and really get back in the swing, I think the Eagles could do well like they did last week, kick 4 or 5 goals in a few minutes.
And that breeze has picked up, DB.
Certainly has, and favouring the northern end. At the end, the Redlegs are kicking, and Biglands, he's certainly been a huge difference, in my opinion, in this game. Yerbury has had his moments, but Biglands what a great player he is. As the ball's taken by Cunningham up towards half forward, over the top. Here's a chance now for Knights if he can get it. No, the ball beats everybody. Tapped on, or attempted to be tapped on by Taylor, taken by Rogers. Rogers coolly and calmly gives it over to Whelan. Whelan now gives it to his teammate in Matty Kluzak. He kicks it around the body out here towards Crowell. Crowell with a handball back inboard to Rogers. Back to Crowell it comes. They're doing it easily now, the Eagles. He kicks it along centre wing, and there's a player out there all by himself in Pearce. Pearce chips it over. He's looking there for Pesh. The ball over his head. Comes back here to Chris Kluzak. He can't do anything. Well, Warrior's having a run on the ball. He gets the handball out, gives it to Clements. The ball smothered. Chance now here for the little player in Pearce. Pearce gathers in the ball. Bangs in towards the lead there of Fruin. Fruin up and takes the mark. And Fruin will go back and have another shot at putting an extra nail in the coffin of the Redlegs.
He's been very sharp, and he's been a good target for them up there, Fruin. They're delivering the ball beautifully through the middle of the ground. Norwood they've been rocked by injury, and they seem to be, they look slow, and every side looks slow when you're chasing. And Fruin's given the Eagles a good target up at full forward. Not a position that he's all that comfortable in playing, or he hasn't played there a lot this year, but he seems quite comfortable. And as he comes in now, 30 metres out, difficult angle, he's kicking into what breeze there is. Oh. He's got a lovely leg on him, but that breeze has just taken it right at the last minute, pushed it across to the right for a point. And on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, it takes the Eagles to 11 goals, 9-75, leading Norwood 5 goals, 11-41.
Right, the kick in is marked by Fleming at centre-half back, so Fleming with the footy now. The true centre-half back position. Redlegs need a miracle to get out of this one. Up towards centre-half, or rather to centre wing, I should say. And Chris Kluzak comes in from the side, takes the mark. He's got Dillon all alone once again. And I wouldn't mind a $10 note for every time I've said that. I'd be a millionaire as Dillon kicks it in towards full forward. Big pack of players will fly through and almost the mark. The ball forced through for the minor score to the Eagles, 11-10-76. Norwood 5-11-41 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. 7 minutes have elapsed in the final quarter on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock.
So this win, if the Eagles can manage to hang on here, it will probably guarantee them a final 3 spot as the kick out towards centre-half back. Not a lot happening out there. Pack forms and will have a bounce down. So Eagles, given their run home, I think they've got Centrals and South in their last couple of games. So
both at Adelaide.
Both at Adelaide Oval too. So you'd have to say they win at least one of those. And the ball will be bounced at centre-half forward for the Eagles. Up goes Yerbry, won the tap. But Kluzak was good. Chris Kluzak, hand pass, Pearce, over to Rogers. Rogers, can he kick a goal? Yes, he can. Well, he can shut the gate now. It's all over. The Eagles 12-10, 82, if it wasn't already over beforehand. Norwood 5-11-41. And that margin, 41 points. 82 plays 41, 8 minutes gone in the final quarter.
Well, Buck would be running back to the middle of the ground with a little smirk on his face. He loves getting down there, the old veteran. And he snuck down there, got on the end of a good chain of handballs, and a player of his ability, you don't let him by yourself 30 metres out with a free shot at goal.
He's actually having a run on the ball at the moment is Andrew Rogers, and the end result there, a sausage roll. As the ball is bounced in the centre, offhand, taken by Borlace. Borlace to Neil. Neil around the body to centre wing. Doreen's out there. Ciccolella will be the opponent. Taps it in front of him. Ciccolella then gathers it beautifully. Will come on, painted the handball, then went on the right boot. Look for Whelan, and Whelan to centre wing takes the mark for the Eagles. They're doing it as they like at the moment. And playing pretty good footy now as Whelan will kick the ball high towards half forward. The big pack will set themselves. In front was Pavlich. The ball thumped away from behind there by McCormack. The ball comes down the ground. Dan Toshia, he handballs out to Neil. Neil back out to Davey, I think it was. He kicked it high, and under pressure the ball's gone out of bounds on the full. So everything going the Eagles' way, and at the almost 10-minute mark of the last quarter on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock, the Eagles have got it won 12-10-82. Norwood 5-11-41. So they've doubled their score as the ball is kicked towards half forward. Big pack of players. Matthews is in front of the pack. Offhand, Pesh reads it beautifully. The left footer in towards goal. I tell you what, it's a magnificent goal by Nicky Pesh. And talk about class. He read that beautifully, and the left foot snap has put through his third sausage roll. The Eagles marching towards a top 3 spot. 13 goals 10. That's 88. They lead Norwood 5-11-41, and 88 just happens to be 2 fat ladies. We only need one to start singing.
Well, that large woman is on the stage, and she's been clearing her throat for quite some time. Nicky Pesh is a good player, isn't he, boys? He was in the right spot. He was front and square. took that ball off the pack and with his left foot kicked a very good goal. And that'd be my contender for the Captain Snooze goal of the day this afternoon.
I think it's probably won it, hasn't it, Andrew? Ball back in the middle. 47 points to lead for Woodville West Torrens. 13-10-88 Norwood, 5-11-41. Bounce down once again. Yerby got first hand of the ball. Whelan, or Shirley, it might have been knocked it further afield. Pearce took it. He was well tackled on that occasion by Cunningham, and we'll have a bounce once again in the middle here as the umpire just blows time off. A bit of blood again, is it, or not? Pearce just taking his time, picking himself up off the ground. Young Trent Hill in there, playing his first game around the footy. Biglands is also there for the Eagles. He'll contest this bounce down with Yerbury of the Redlegs. Bounce down. And good body work there by Biglands. Won the tap. Ball down to Cunningham. In fact, it was ball ace. Hand pass came towards Davey. Davey tried to get rid of it. And we'll have a bounce down once again. Up towards right half forward, near the point of the square in that position. And it's the Eagles by 47 points. 11 minutes have gone by in this final term. Biglands. Yerbury. Biglands just got a tap to the got the tap there down to Warrior, and he was tackled. And I'll see if you can get things moving, Dennis Brown, as we've had about 3 or 4 bounces in a row there.
Yes, and the Eagles, of course, with a couple of handy players coming back into the side too for their finals quest. So he was could be a handy side through September, and of course that 1 week in October. The ball thumped down, taken by Clement. He actually treads over a player to get away with him, gives it to Warrior. Warrior feints and then runs away and brings the ball on the left boot, kicks it up towards Cunningham, off hands though, and over the boundary line for a throw in, as the player in there was Crowell that applied the pressure and forced the ball over the boundary line. The boundary umpire actually telling the runner to get off the ground. I've never seen that before. But as the ball is thrown in front there was Biglands. He's an important part of this Eagle side. The ball taken by Whelan, back to Biglands. Biglands on the right boot and then drop punt beautifully along centre wing. In front there was Chris Kluzak, off hands though. The ball is forced over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw in. As little Trent Hill, I'll tell you what, he's not frightened to go in, young Hill, as the umpire is having a chat here to Cunningham.
Yes.
And,
well, they've been at each other all day, Pearce and Cunningham.
Well, they have, but certainly hasn't done Cunningham any good because the Eagles were a mile in front. The ball thumped away by Chickalella. Here's that man, Dillon, again. He's got 5 metres to spare, comes back, twists and turns, throws the ball out to Pesh, and then the ball smothered and, in fact, touched to go over the boundary line for a throw-in. So 12 minutes have gone. You've just tuned in to 11.97, 5 RPH. The Eagles have got it 13-10-88, Norwood 5-11-41.
And I must say, Jason Dillon today has been very, very good. Couple of goals, and he'd have to be one of the, recruits, best recruits that the Eagles have picked up for a while. He's been very damaging from the word go, as we've got another blood rule.
Got him from Port Adelaide too.
Yes, and he couldn't get a regular game down at Albertson, but I think he's just about played every game this year. As Todd Davey, again having trouble with a bit of blood on the face there, and Sanford will come back on, and he's probably the only bloke left they could bring on.
Well, he is, because Obster's obviously got a nasty case of concussion, worse than Sanford, and Harvey's got that knee, left knee heavily strapped. So they're putting Sanford as far away from the ball as they can. So put him down to their forward line. He's not going to go down there.
Bounce down at right half forward for the Eagles. And it's Yerbury uncontested, wins the tap. Chance now for Robbie Shirley, slaps the ball further forward. In there working hard was Pesh, comes to Trent Hill. His first kick in league footy inside the attacking 50 in towards that forward zone. Players go up. Kluzak takes the mark. Chris Kluzak does it well. So he's a chance to goal from there. He plays on quickly from 48, kicks towards the top of the goal square. Players set themselves. Pavlich finally takes his first mark of the afternoon. So Pavlich, you would assume, will be a Monty to put this goal through and increase the lead to just under 9 goals. And just goes to show that the Eagles have done pretty well, given that Pavlich has done very, very little today.
Well, that's rubbing salt in the wound, isn't he? He hadn't taken a mark all day, and just when the game's all over Red Rover, he takes one right in front.
So he lines up, point-blank range. He'd have to fall over to miss this one. Kicks to goal, and he puts it through. So the Eagles move along to 14 goals, 10-94. Norwood 5-11-41, and that margin has blown out to 53 points. Let's go around the grounds, thanks to the Great Southern Pie Company.
Central 17-12, 114, leading North 5-11-41, and Glenelg 15-6-96, lead Port 7-10-52. Back to Woodville.
Well, Laurie, it looks like it doesn't matter how good the Maggies are. If they get out of this one, 8 goals down, and halfway through the last quarter, they are a miracle side. So the Bay certainly adding some spice to what's going to be a great final round.
They might save any miracles for September, DB, maybe.
Maybe. As the ball is bounced down in the centre, there's that man, Biglands again. Tries to break through, tackled just at the last moment. The ball comes to Ugrinich. He's tackled too. And we'll have a bounce down between centre and half forward for the Eagles. They're kicking to the southern end. 15 minutes have gone in the last quarter on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock. And on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, the Eagles 14-10-94, Norwood 5-11-41. The ball in the centre, taken here by the player there in Clements. He kicks it up towards centre wing. It's taken there by Whelan. Whelan goes into the lead of Pearce. Pearce with a long handball out here. Gives a chance for Matty Bluzak. May have cemented his place back in the side. The kick out here looking for Little Hill. The ball bounces beauty for him. He's about to be tackled by Knights. Gets the kick away. Beautiful lead from Fruin. Fruin can't, it was Fruin. Couldn't hold the ball. The ball thrown away by Knights to the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw in that right full forward pocket. So the kick from Hill was a beauty, but Fruin couldn't hang on to it. He hit the bread basket and bounced out. There's the boundary throw. Newbury got the tap away, gives it to Cunningham. Cunningham to Doreen. Doreen out here to centre wing there. He's looking there for Cotton. I think it's Cotton, isn't it? And yep. Cotton marks the ball. Must be playing half back. Cotton as he chips it over the top here to Davey. As coming off the ground is Biglands, and he's been replaced by Pyman as the ball's up towards half forward. Knights has got the opportunity. Beautifully taken though by Crouch. Crouch must be in the forward line too. He puts the ball up high towards full forward. Oh, there's a player who fell over. The Eagle player was behind him. He had to go with him. In other words, if you've got a player in front of you and the player's right behind him, you fall to the ground. The player behind you've got nowhere to go but over the top. And the umpire's paid the free kick for a push in the back, and Ball Age will kick the ball from the left full forward pocket.
Yeah, a little bit lucky. Perhaps the free kick was there. They just got tangled up. However, Scotty Ball Age will line up for his first goal. He's had a couple of attempts. He should kick it. He moves around now to give himself some more chance.
Oh, well done.
And a lovely leg.
Beautiful goal.
Beautiful
curled
goal.
It around very nicely, and the umpire acknowledges, yes, son, that is your first. And Norwood 6. So on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, a belated goal by Norwood takes them to 6 goals, 11-47, trailing a very impressive Eagles outfit, 14 goals, 10-94. And your caller for this afternoon, the remaining few minutes of this day is Dennis Brown. Or Laurie Oliver.
Yeah, take your pick.
Take your pick.
And I love that that message that comes over about every so often late in the game when they tell you not to go out on the ground, which is really tremendous. But anyway, 94 plays 47, so the Eagles have doubled Norwood's score this afternoon here in a pretty important effort for them, and they'll shoot up in the third spot and just about can guarantee themselves that top 3 position, which is very important in the final 5 scheme of things. There's Fruin now in the ruck after Biglands has been given a rest. Got the tap down. Pearce now up towards left half forward for Woodville West Times.
Oh.
Dylan did well, ran back with a fly to the footy, nearly took the mark, ball on the ground now. Hand pass came out from Doreen. Chance out for the Redlegs through Cunningham. He chips across the field to centre half back. Oh, intercepting the kick was Hill. Did it well. Fruin looking to give up. Shocking hand pass straight to Pearce, who was under the hammer, but it's worked out all right for the Eagles because Taylor tackled Pearce high. And the Eagles will get the free kick. So Pearce, pretty good game this afternoon. Kicks up in towards the attacking 50. Pavlich taken out of the contest. Ball comes back to Matthews. He kicks towards goal, and he's raised the ton for the Eagles. Tremendous play by Matthews. Kicks his second, and he's second for the term. The Eagles 15-10-100. Norwood 6-11-47. The margin back to 53 points. Let's go around the grounds, thanks to the Great Southern Pie Company.
Central's 18-12-120 lead North 6-12-48, and Glenelg 17-6-108 lead Port 7-11-53. Back to Woodville.
I reckon the Tigers, they've got their home. They're 10 up.
They're 10 up. I think they're home and hose down there at the Bay, and gee, what a great performance to beat the Pies by that big a margin. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and we talked earlier in the game, we didn't think they had some firepower to kick enough goals. I'll be very interested to look at the paper tomorrow morning and see who actually kicked them.
Exactly. Down goes the bounce. Pascoe's in the ruck, taken out of the centre though by Shirley. Kicks it up to half forward. Doreen was in front. The ball bounced off his chest. Taken by that wonderful reader of the ball in Pesh. Gives it over to Ugrinich. Ugrinich kicks it up towards full forward. Out comes Fleming. Fast through about 3 or 4 players. Kicks it to Warrior, and Warrior's got the ball now at half half-back. He'll chip it over there, looking there for Cunningham, and Cunningham takes the ball, comes back onto the left boot, kicks it up towards 10.5 forward. Not a good kick off the boot. Knights is in front of his opponent in Hall, taken. Oh, threw it away. The umpire said that's okay. As it comes to Chickalella, he gets the handball further afield, looking for Whelan. He's tackled by Knight. Knight does well to get back in front to try to pick up the footy. Can't control it towards the boundary line for a throw-in on the right half-forward flank for the Redlegs.
DB, you would have noticed that's a classic example of a player not being able to handball with his opposite hand. He just spat it out, and arguably could have been given a throw.
Yes, but obviously the umpire in poor position couldn't see that as the ball is picked up, or attempted to be picked up there by Crowell, I think it was. The ball comes up towards half-forward, and Hall, who hasn't done a bad job back there. I don't think he did a goal kicked on him.
Oh, Warrior kicked a
Warrior kicked, that's right, as he kicks it out here to Floriani. Floriani now has a bounce here, advance to the defensive 50, has 2 bounces, and then comes inboard, gives it to the player in the centre of the ground. That's Bruin. Bruin didn't know what was happening, but got the handball away to Rogers now. Rogers just a little bit hesitant, gets the handball over to Shirley. Shirley kicks it up towards half-forward. Pavlich in front from behind, the ball taken off hands, however, by Dantosia. Gives it to Davey. Davey kicks it out to Cotton. Cotton will get the support there from Pitt. So Pitt's got it now at half-back. He'll tip it over the top, looking there for Borlase. So Borlase now at centre wing. He feinted the handball and then went on the right boot to the lead of Cunningham, who's up in front. Off from behind, though, Chickalella went straight through Cunningham's hand. Chickalella couldn't control it. Cunningham goes in after it again and forces the ball out of bounds as we're into time on in the last quarter, and the footy's on the right half-forward flank. So we've played almost 22 minutes of the final quarter on the Dave Benson Caravan time clock. If you've just tuned in, the Eagles have cemented a top 3 spot, 15-10-100, Norwood 6-11-47.
And the throw-in results in a ball up. So not much happening out there on that outer side. We've hit time on in this final quarter, 21.5 minutes gone. And the Eagles in very good style this afternoon are going to win this game. They're 53 points ahead of Norwood, 15-10 to 6-11, as the umpire finally decides to bounce the footy. And he does so now, right on the 50-metre line for Norwood. Bruin went up, tapped it down to Crowell. He was dispossessed, the ball went over the line, and umpire McCrevis will throw the ball back into play.
Umpire who?
McCrevis, Philip. As the throw in, right half forward. Up goes Yerbury, won the tap. Ball on the ground. Rogers is in there trying to work it clear. Does so to Whelan, who I've been very impressed with today. His kick up towards the wing. Gallagher, who's shown some good signs today, gave the handball, but it was intercepted by Cotton. Cotton got the handball clear to McCormack. Over and turned to Warrior, but the Norwood side have turned it over again as Whelan snapped onto his right foot, kicked towards half-back, but Cunningham was there and took the mark. So Johnny Cunningham with the footy now, goes long in towards the attacking 50. Players set themselves. Broome was taken out of the contest. Hall did well. Punched the ball away. Crouch now with the footy from 50. Well tackled by Hill. Ball comes back to Shirley. Shirley chips towards left half back and finds Pyman, who's back onto the ground. We should mention also Chris Kluzak left the ground about 5 minutes ago also. So hopefully for Eagles people, he's okay as Pyman kicks to Pavlich, dropped the mark. But Gallagher read it well. Kicked towards the centre half forward. Here's Rogers with the footy at half forward. Chips into the attacking 50. He's got Pesh there, and Pesh takes the mark. Uncontested. Dantosia was about 5 metres away, but Pesh, who's done very well today, kicked 3 goals, and he's about to line up for goal number 4.
He actually ran away from Dantosia then.
Yes, Pesh has done well down there today. His kick was meant for Pavlich, but Knights chipped in and took the mark. Now Knights, defensive 50, kicks out wide to Pitt. Pitt now trying to control the footy. Pyman's there, but Pitt gets his kick away, and Warrior takes the mark at right half back. His hand pass over the top finds Borlase. Borlase finds Cunningham. Cunningham will give it back. No, he won't. To Borlase. He turns onto the right foot. Ooh. Looks the kick, has a couple of bounces. Left-handed handball was smothered by Crowell. Ball on the ground. Chance now. Free kick, in fact, to Norwood. So hanging on. And the Eagles faithful not too happy about it, but they ought to be happy with the result. It's 53 points the difference as Cunningham with the footy at centre half forward. Tried pretty hard all day, but Pearce has done very, very well for the Eagles, his immediate opponent, as the long kick from Cunningham dropped short there of the goal square. Players trying to control the footy now as the Eagles try to run the ball out of their defensive area. Good play there as the kick comes up towards Gallagher, but went over his head, the kick from Whelan, and McCormack took the mark. McCormack now up towards centre half forward, but marking uncontested on this occasion for the Eagles was Shirley. So Robbie Shirley, solid game once again, kicks out wide to left half back, finds Rogers. the veteran, the skipper, up towards left half forward with a kick and a good mark taken by Pavlich, diving there in front of Knights. So Matty Pavlich, one of his quieter games today, but the Eagles overall very solid as the kick finds Pyman. Pyman from about 60. Kicks long up towards the forward zone. Ball taken by Gallagher. He tries to run around McCormack. Looks to give off. Kicks towards the goal square. Looking for Matthews. And Matthews, I reckon he's taken the mark. No, called a play on by the umpire. Davies in there trying to clear the area for Norwood. His hand pass went over the head of Warrior to Rogers. Rogers tries to run around. Gives the handball to Matthew Kluzak. But Norwood will clear and run it across half-back.
Yeah, Davey with the footy gives it out to centre wing where Taylor's marked the footy at centre wing. So Taylor now for the Redlegs. They've been absolutely walloped here this afternoon by the Eagles. The ball across the ground. Sikalella does well, but it comes off hands to Knights for Norwood. He's at centre wing and bangs it up towards the lead of Bowman, who's playing up in the forward pocket or at full forward. Off hands a chance for Shirley. He's a good player, I like him. Gets the ball away to Floriani. Shirley goes in again and gives the ball out to Crowell. And Crowell will bring it towards the half-back flank, and Pearce has got the footy at half-back and takes the mark for the Eagles. He'll go inboard there looking for Crowell once again. Now it's Bruin who's at centre half-back. They've been all over the place, some of these Eagles players today.
Geez, they run, don't they, DB?
Gee, they what? Must be pretty fit now as Bruin kicks it out towards half-back, and there's no one within Kiwi of that player out there. Ciccalella. He brings it on the left boot, looking there for Pavlich. Off hands, though, taken by McCormack. He goes to ground. Magnificent hip and shoulder there by Pavlich. Got rid of him as the ball is handballed out by Gallagher to Ugrinnick. Ugrinnick can kick him. We know he can. He tips it into full forward. Fleming there, and the ball hits the post. Of minor score recorded for the Eagles. 15-11-101 on the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard. And if you just tuned in, you're going to hear this right. The Norwood side just 6-11-47. Amazing, really, considering it was only about 3 games ago the Redlegs were sitting on top of the premiership ladder. Laurie Colliver.
Yes, kick out finds Doreen. Doreen finds Knights at right half-back. Norwood trying to run the ball out of defence. Time ticking away here. We've had 27 minutes in this final quarter as Robbie Neal goes up and takes one of his rare possessions for the afternoon. At centre half forward. 27 gone in this final quarter. Norwood trailing by 9 goals. And Warrior just running down the ground trying to provide a bit of impetus for Norwood as Neal goes up towards the full forward position. Players set themselves. Ball went up, couldn't bring the ball to ground. Chance now for Rogers, and it goes out of play. Does the footy in the right forward pocket, just below the Torrens Arms Hotel scoreboard, which tells us that it's the Eagles 15-11-101. Norwood 6 goals 11-47. Matthews comes off, Bigland's back on, and one would have to say that was a good move. Matthews kicking 2 goals in this last quarter as Crowell takes the ball away from the boundary throw-in. Marked there by Pyman just on the defensive 50. Robbie Pyman looks to kick across the ground, and every time they've done this today, it's not worked, but on this occasion, Ciccalella goes the football. Chance now for Matty Kluzak. He kicks up to Biglands, who's just come onto the ground, but the ball eludes him. He was all on his own on this wing grandstand side, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of play. And one would have to say, I don't really think there's been a standout player for the Eagles today. It's just been a good, solid team effort.
Well, yeah, you're right, although I think this man that just tapped that ball down then, Biglands, he's had a big influence on the result of this game as the ball is
what's he doing here?
Down, and the Norwood player broke away with the footy, and I'm not sure what's happened here.
Well, he's just called a bounce, and I think John Cunningham's quite right in saying to the umpire, what the hell are you doing? Well, because it was just a play on call, and when you see the umpires let it go for as long as they do in some of these games, for him to whistle it up so quickly is
no, well, that's just, that's more inconsistency from the umpires, and really is a big problem. As the ball is handballed by Clements to Pitt to centre half forward, Neal in front, the ball thumped away from him. Shirley, great courage, attacked the footy, then tried to get the handball out. Coming through strongly was Crowley, shepherded to allow Pyman to pick up the footy. Pyman picks it up and then bangs it in towards centre half forward. Pesh in front, at the back almost. McCormack couldn't take the ball, tries to barge through, does barge through, gets a free kick to fee. I think it was Tiggy Touchwood, and ends up with the footy. Kicked to the centre half back. Doreen's made the space there. He's got a Guernsey loose further afield in Pitt. Pitt will tip it over to Warrior. Warrior now at centre wing. He gets onto the right boot and goes short there, looking for his teammate out there. And it looked like Paulet. Paulet tips the ball over as the siren goes. And a great win by the Eagles here at the Woodville Oval this afternoon. They've cemented, you would think, a top 3 spot in on the premiership. The Eagles 15-11-101 have easily defeated Norwood 6-11-47.